Hello everyone, and welcome back to some more Age of Empires 2 action. I'm TheNando, and I'm just going to yap a little bit, 2 or 3 minutes, before we hop right into the action. And yes, you were the first one today, Fallon, hello. And Zardas, I'm glad I see you, because you just reminded me that I forgot to do my due diligence. Usually I like to have everything prepared beforehand. I'm not an improviser. And I want to prepare your trailer to play. Zardas is hosting Zardas Cup 2, Specialist Cup, the 2nd edition. And he made a trailer and everything, and I want to promote Zardas Cup and create a command for it, but I've been crazy busy. In a good way. Don't get me wrong. There are times where you are crazy busy and it's like, I am crazy busy. This is not bad crazy busy. It's good crazy busy. I was at Comic-Con, I was meeting authors, I was casting with Addictive Me on Saturday, which was great fun. I've been working like crazy in my book because I'm hella motivated. I've also been working out, went to the gym this morning. Can you hear the gains in my voice? I mean, not audio gain, that's a different thing, but where are the Comic-Con? I don't have a lot of them, Marbase. I was not in cosplay. And okay, when I go to something like video games or anime, when I go to video games, anime, I am the one who knocks. I am the one who dominates that. In comics, I was more of a quote-unquote tourist. I had a great time, but my friends are the comic experts. They were talking about, oh, this edition, this is the first volume that Venom appears, and things like that. I was out of my ballpark in a Comic-Con. I did meet great people and things like that, and made a lot of friendships. But I mean, making friendships and having long conversations doesn't make for great pictures. And also, the way I went to Comic-Con was kind of like, sometimes I have for example, next month I'm going to Docomi, and I'm already mentally preparing a month beforehand. I'm going to Docomi in Germany. This Comic-Con was like a friend of mine called me like, yo, tomorrow, Comic-Con, let's go. I show up at your home at 9 a.m. and we drive there. And that's how I went to Comic-Con. It's not my usual style of going to a con. So yeah, not a lot of pictures, not a lot, 1 or 2 stories, but not enough to do like a Comic-Con stream about it. When I go to Docomi, there will be a stream about it for sure. No, I didn't even do any cosplay, Arbase. No cosplay at all. I mean, I was wearing my Hatsune Miku shirt. There's that. But that's about it. I was dressed greatly for the occasion. Who goes to Comic-Con without a cosplay? Get in, loser. We're going to the Comic-Con. And hello, D1100. Welcome to the stream. I was yapping a little bit, but yeah. What about the Miku? What's this about the Miku shirt? Oh, I went to Comic-Con last week and I was wearing my shirt from Miku Expo. It's a really cool shirt. From Miku Euro Expo 2024. And hello, Vexel. Hope you're having a wonderful evening or day, because time zones are a thing. And speaking about Go, I was also teaching Go at the university last week, which was really fun. I need to get a shirt as well when I go to Miku Expo 2026. Miku Expo 2026 is coming to Portugal, but I'm already going to way too many things, and I have such fond memories from the show in Brussels. It was so cool going to Miku Expo in 2024 that I'm like, maybe if I go again, it won't be that good. And like for me, I went to Brussels, and for me, going to Brussels is cheaper than going to Lisbon. It was so cool. Yes, Zardas. For me, going to Brussels is cheaper than going to Lisbon. So... so even though Miku Expo is coming to Portugal, probably I will not see it live. Another thing I want to say is that Age of Empires is my main content for now, and it will stay being my main content. But after TTLC is over, you can expect a little bit of variety strategy games. I want to play other RTSs. I was realizing the other day that not a lot of people have as much knowledge about the RTS genre as I do. I've probably played roughly around 80 different RTSs, while most RTS gamers played 4 or 5. And also go back to Go, of course. Go to Go. I mean, that's a manga. Go to Go. But yes, let me give the notification to people on the TTLC server, and let's hop on to the drafts. And I didn't comment on it, Zardos, but I did read your message that sadly you have spoilers. Alas, such is the burden of being an admin. And hello, Izari123. Why did my Discord just rang? Okay, I forgot to do this. Oh, and I was checking, by the way, I was checking the ELOs in Portugal. I've been playing a little bit of Age of Empires behind the scenes. I'm currently the 5th highest ELO player in Portugal. Number 5. And top 3 is within reach. And yes, Sardos, I can indeed say like, it's such a useful talent for a streamer to be able to say Go to Go will be soon. We might actually play. True. Discord alert triggered me. Sorry. I don't know why sometimes Discord isn't detecting my... It should detect my OBS and things like that, but today it was a bit wonky. It was a message from Masmorra, a fellow AoE2 people, so blame it on Masmorra. Now, if it wasn't Masmorra, it would be another message more down the line. Let's hop on to Captain's mode, and let's see. This is Canastas? Nano, how do you think, Masmorra? Chardas? I will pronounce you as Chardas if I'm Portuguese. I am live on YouTube, Vexel. I've confirmed. Chardas. I knew it. Oh, sometimes it does happen. Kratos is busy, so YouTube chat. Yeah, because X in Portugal is Chardas. It sounds like Jardas. Jardas in Portuguese, apanhar uma jarda means to get drunk. So you are the one who drunks. Yes, let me just confirm, because Canastas, I think a lot of players have a lot of different names that they use. One name for the draft, one name for this. And I think this is I Love Baskets versus Soy La Hostia. I am quite confident I have the correct draft. Let me just double check. Better to correct these mistakes early on than later. Obsidian. Map draft. Let me double copy this. Soy La Hostia. Yes. Yeah, canastas is baskets. Yes. Why do? Because my overlay automatically grabs the name from the website from Captain's Mode. Why does the? Why do they use weird names? To Hispanic? I'm not sure. I think I Love Baskets is American. Oh, USA versus Mexico. Let's go. Let's go. Nice, nice, nice. And let's go over the draft real quick. We are going to start on Slopes, a very standard map, and then Baskets. Definitely prefer the... I mean, those aren't purely water maps, but Northern Crossing was banned. Some players don't like Seychelles. The maps that have a really high focus on being hybrids, Coast Arena and Stranded. So La Hostia with High Tides and Valley. Slopes is more... Slopes is more similar to Valley, so that will help Soy La Hostia. It's I Love Baskets and you change the name on their layout. Yeah, no, I didn't change any name. My layout automatically grabs the names that they put in the draft. So Baskets called himself Canastas during the draft. So we had on one side Persians, Mongols, Mayans, Japanese, Malay, and Wuban. Chinese, of course, because Stranded is there, Muisca, Spanish, Dravidians, Koreans, and Italians. Then on the other, and for canastas, we have, for baskets, we have Wei, Portuguese, Lithuanian, Malians, Aztecs, and, who am I covering? Saracens. On the other side, we have Georgians, Huns, Bengalis, Burgundians, Armenians, and Goths. You need to cheer for the Mexican player. Oh, you go for Soy La Hostia. I know that these two are amazing players. They are sitting at roughly 1250 elo. In fact, we can check the group stages real quick. This is Soy La Hostia, who is third in Group A, versus Baskets, who is second in Group B. But if you check their map results, which is what matters the most, they are both 5-7 in maps. They are both dead even in terms of their performance, not in stats but in maps, which matters the most. So we should have a good set on our hands. This is the highest bracket of them all. It is indeed. And for slopes, I'm not going to try to guess for every single map. For slopes, I have seen Wei being used on slopes. Or, I mean, Malians and Portuguese work everywhere, but I think they're better for other maps. I think it's going to be Wei versus... I mean, Bengalis are good, but I'm thinking maybe you leave them for later on for some all-in if things aren't going well. I would go out on a limb that... Yeah, you have Armenians in the draft as well. Georgians versus Wei, first Eve versus first Eve. That's my call. Oh ho ho. And I'm loading Catch Rage. Setting up everything. And the call was correct. Welcome, welcome everyone. Welcome back to T90 Titans League. This is the Community Edition, but it is the highest bracket of them all. These are the strongest players in this community tournament. The biggest 1v1 community tournament in AoE2 history, as far as we know. And these players are kicking off a great set. This is a best of 5. Whoever wins moves on to the semifinals. Whoever loses is sent back home. And in the northern side of slopes, in the blue color, leading the way, we have I Love Baskets. And will he find a way to victory? And if you pan over to the south, playing in the yellow color, the color that the Viper made extremely famous in AoE2, we have Ontas, who also changed his name, Soy La Hostia. No! Leading the Georgians. And hello, Addictive Me. Welcome to the stream. Why are these players changing their names? And you can see their elos. 2168 elo versus 2150. They're even in elos. They're even in performance so far in the cup. So all the ingredients are there for this to be a great set. Spoiler alert for the Obsidian bracket, the other side of it. Addictive Me and T-West did cover the other side of this bracket that has been completely played. We already know who made it to the grand final. They played round of 6 and semifinals right from the get-go, and it was T90. So these players are fighting the quarterfinals for a chance to then reach T90 in the grand finals. And no pressure baskets. Canastas means baskets in Spanish. Let's go. No pressures baskets, but people want to see you play against T90. There's also, I think it's Tofu, the other player who is in the semifinals, who, in terms of elo, is the strongest player in the entire tournament. Performance-wise so far, Neely and T90 were superb, in my opinion. Neely did win 4-0 and T90 as well, but Neely was behind in maps. Ontas is not called Soy Laosi in game. Disappointed! Yes! The Ars. And this is Georgians versus Wei. Wei, I've been playing Wei quite a bit in ranked matches. I really love how Wei are right now. I think they're a really strong sieve. I think the Shanbei Raiders are a really easy to tech into option in terms of the CA. If the game goes long, you can have a castle and go for the Tiger Cav. Yeah, and of course, you are incentivized to do one thing that is good, which is researching economical techs, because for each eco tech outside of the TC, so wheelbarrow doesn't count, you get a free villager. That means if both players wall in, the Wei can go fast castle and just get those extra villagers which can snowball. I saw T90's video about his game against Neely with the Karams and Karambit Wars. That looked hilarious. That was amazing. I was going to cast it as a video, but I didn't have time, and now I feel like I already know spoilers, the timing has passed. That was such a cool set. But our heroes today are Baskets and Ontas, or Soy La Hostia. And so far, everything is quite peaceful. We see that the Georgians are on the sides, while I Love Baskets is playing this more conservative style, not going for those greedy animals. Ontas is scouting forward, trying to see if Baskets is going for any animals, and I do wonder how much military will we see in Feudal, because in a lot of maps like this, players can just wall in and go to Castle Age in lower elos. In higher elos, sometimes I feel like Feudal battles can be inevitable sometimes. We'll see how this plays out. I think both sieves are quite good in Castle Age. I was just checking some of the Georgian bonuses. Oh, they are the sieve that wants to tech into Monaspa, go for that Monaspa span. So both have great options in their castles. We have Tiger Cap on one side, Monaspa in the other. Head to head, I think Monaspa would be better. Yeah, because Tiger Cap is exceptionally strong versus ranged soldiers. I think head to head the Monaspa wins, but then there's the Shanbei Raider. And if the Shanbei Raider is there, then it's down to micro, down to how those details go. Both of them getting double beat eggs, both of them getting Feudal Age at the same time. And we do see a stable from My Love Basket, and he does spot these villagers, so he wants to attack in Feudal and knows exactly what the target is. We see stable as well for the Georgians. In Feudal Age, Georgians do have a slight upper hand when it comes to scout engagements due to their health regeneration. If your scouts survive, they will eventually get back to full value. So if you're playing as I Love Baskets, you want to ensure that you take down those scouts completely. I Love Baskets, though, already with 2 vil lead, even though both of them have minimal idle TC time. That's just the way go. Adding those 3 villagers from the tags, it is extremely helpful. But I think this is the type of map and the type of matchup that in Feudal Age we are just going to see small pressure. I'm not expecting any of them to go all in, second stable, third stable, scouts or anything. And the stable is good for the way, because of course you have the Heiguang Cavalry, your Nightline, here they are. But also, if you transition into CA, getting that stable down is useful for the stable techs. You do need your bloodlines. You do need your husbandry. Extremely useful for that micro. And this is the first engagement. Okay, that's if I'm playing with a scout, I'm happy with that. There's another spearman, and if you're defending, you want to try to get them all together to fight. The scouts are here. Yeah, you don't want to fight with your units alone. You want to tank with the villagers and use the pike for the bonus damage. The good thing about I Love Baskets being here is that he is granting safety to his economy, but he didn't go for any expansion or things like that. So even if Ontas was forward, he wouldn't find a lot of damage to punish. The spearmen are already scattered. We see a spearman going forward, trying to support these scout-on-scout engagements. And we see a 5th scout. The thing that makes Feudal Age so tricky at any elo is, okay, if I keep adding military, I will delay my castle age timing, but if I don't add enough military, my opponent can snowball good engagements, and then I'll be behind all game. So it is a delicate balance. However, units like a spearman can nullify this. If I'm Ontas, I would take down that spearman. I think it's especially your Georgians you can regenerate. The spearman is isolated. I would go for those spearmen first. But Ontas chooses to preserve the life on the scouts. And all things considered, after 15 minutes of time, we are 1-0 in KD. Which was that spearman that I Love Baskets cleared in Feudal Age. The game is being passive. At this stage of the game, that favors the Georgians. They are dead even. And we do see... the regeneration starts in Feudal Age. It's just slow, right? I don't want to provide fake news. Yeah. 2 HP per minute. I mean, that's not an impressive rate of regeneration, but it is regeneration nonetheless. And you know that if you reach Castle Age, they will be full HP. Deciding if he engages on the Spearman or not. No cav upgrades from either side. Both have double beat axe and both have horse collar. And we do see, despite I Love Baskets not expanding to the sides, he is slightly ahead in res collector. That's not a meaningful amount, but that is because of the way extra villagers. We do see here the villagers return to safety. And this is an army that, even with bloodlines, I don't think I Love Baskets can engage that. And I do believe that the bloodlines is already thinking on the future CA transition. He's walling behind. That's good, a good habit to have. Walling behind while we're pressing forward. We do see the scouts passing on the skirms, and they take them for free. Oh, bloodlines is in, but you cannot fight with the skirms there. The Georgian bonus is not that relevant in Feudal Age, but you cannot take this fight in without the pikes there. And he loses another scout, 1-4 KD. And Ontas, his eco, because of the side fish and everything, is well geared towards castle. We see another engagement. 1-2. They're all trying to maximize the value of their armies. A little bit of a misstep there from Ontas, and that's the thing about this elo. You can't look away from 1 second. Every second of distraction will be punished by the opponent. Ontas is the first to, I need to call him Soila Host. Yeah. He's the first one to click up to Castle Age. But I Love Baskets is right behind. I think even at this elo, yeah, 30 seconds of difference will not be meaningful. We see two archery ranges. The Georgians have good CA. They like Thumb Ring, but do they have everything else? How are they for blacksmith upgrades? They just, yeah, they have quite good CA. Like Thumb Ring, but regenerate. Yeah, makes sense. So this will be a very mirror style of match in terms of gameplay. The main difference is that I Love Baskets will have the Shambe. I don't like them long term till fight literally. Yeah. And we do see fletching on the way. So far, this is absolute symmetry. Of course, the main difference was the sieves and these side resources. I Love Baskets 6 to 6. If any unit goes on from either side, we'll have a 6-7 KD. That is important to note. And as soon as Castle Age is reached, we see 3 archery range queuing up, Cav Archer. I think you can beat me that easily because you can. And I Love Baskets also adds 3 archery ranges. These players, it's like they have cheats turned on and they are just mirroring each other. It's going to come down to who has the best execution, who has the best army control. Ontas or Yostrelostia has the lead in terms of adding units first, but he will be the aggressor now. I Love Baskets will have defender advantage. He's hiding the Shambe, not showing them to the scouts yet. He could use them to clear the scouts, but prefers to hide his hand. And he does see the enemy CA. And Georgian cavalry is quite strong. He does take down his house to leave. Fighting uphill will be tricky, but he does have the scouts there. Misses the initial volley. The charged attack from the way. I feel like somehow, even though that attack is good, it always misses. And if you're fighting CA versus CA, exactly, ballistics. The Georgians will be very hard to raid with those fortified churches, but this is a map where eventually you will have to expand. This is serviceable for now. Both players are respecting each other's commitment to army. If one of them adds a second TC, they will start falling behind on military production. They know they cannot afford to fall behind at this stage. A little bit housed for Ontas. Look at how low the ILTC time still is on a map this intense. And hello CJ67. Yes. I have something. I need to change that. I have something covering up my YouTube chat. Okay, now I can see it clearly. And we do see the CA were there to the north side, covering the archer, the movement of the villagers. To add that additional TC, it will be spotted by the CA. Nice call. Or not. Okay, it doesn't get spotted. And ballistics is in only for I Love Baskets. So any fight that is taken will benefit I Love Baskets, in my opinion. I love my I mean slopes. We do see the elite skirm tech. So, and that should tell you that ballistics is in. How quickly that knight fell. We see elite skirm. So he probably is aware that he can't keep the pace up of fighting CA versus CA, and will add some skirms to be dominant. And they are still mirroring each other. What is this matchup? When I said these two players are even, and have similar performance so far. I didn't mean they would do the exact same things in a match. We do see Ontas is more efficient with the raids, and the villager pathing, they go right to meet the CA, and this is the first meaningful eco damage of the game. That nullified the upgrade advantage. That was the free villager from Bowsaw, the free villager from Horse Scholar. They just went down. Oh, this can be an important engagement. Ooh, the volley. Ooh, the lack of ballistics. That's a lot of CA to lose for free. You are taking into skirms, but archers or CAs are, especially CAs, are a game of numbers. And the Shambe will clear this. That's a great advantage for I Love Baskets. 29 to 26 KD, still quite even. But now I Love Baskets has this death ball of 24 CA and the skirms. If I'm I Love Baskets, you use your volleys to harass the skirms, your charge attack with the Shambe, then go back and try to find other damages. The thing about skirms is they are stronger than the CA, but the CA can choose whether to fight or not. The CA have mobility on their side. And lack of ballistics. I think lack of ballistics is harming Ontas real bad. He has the university now, but that's what's been helping I Love Baskets the most. Even those earlier battles, Ontas had to be hesitant in taking them due to lack of ballistics. They're still dead even for villagers, but I Love Baskets has a military lead and he's playing a Civ that excels with this unit comp. The lane university will be big here, so that's even longer that Ontas will be without ballistics. And this also tells Baskets that, yeah, your opponent doesn't have a uni, isn't clicked up, hasn't clicked ballistics yet. That's a lot of Tiger Cav. Where's Tiger? This is not Tiger Cav. This is Heiguang. Tiger Cav is a unique... That's not Heiguang. Xianbei. The Tiger Cav is the unique unit from the castle. Tiger Cav would love to meet these skirms. Tiger Cav will melt these skirms. More free units. Oh, we see a Megadel to help deal with the skirms. Ontas is preparing his eco to click up to Imp. I never learned... Yeah, I learned them because I played with them. And because I want to become the best caster that ever was. Another fortified church, and that's the main reason why Soila Ostia managed to deal so much villager damage, and I Love Baskets can't deal field damage. The fortified churches makes the position so hard to raid. If you're lower elo, you can often forget about them, your delayed reaction, but players at this level, they look at everything, and those fortified churches always provide a safe haven. But not when mangoes are on the field. Range 6, range 7. Two peculiar numbers. But the mangoes will be able to take down the fortified churches. Ooh, a little bit of distraction. He can click up to Imp, but isn't doing so. Microing the units. And I like how I Love Baskets, of course, knows about the charge attack, just uses the charge attack and goes back. And once again, there is going to be a slight advantage in terms of age up time for Soila Ostia, but it's not meaningful. The Imperial Age was queued behind a villager. You see some CA parked there. And yeah, 20 seconds of time difference, it won't be meaningful. The thing is that Soila Ostia doesn't have a good army to fight. Right now, I Love Baskets has full military control, and we see a castle being placed. castle will give you access to Monaspa, but you need time because Monaspa gets strong with numbers. He has none of the armor techs for horses or anything. His main army option is still the skirms, but he has no answer to the mangoes except his own mangoes. So we have mango on mango war. Ooh. 1 for 1. Skirms take... Oh, and the castle takes down that mango there. You see 2 H1 cavalries here, but they won't have a good time. That castle came in clutch, but we see Aleph Baskets adding another castle. So this will turn into a trap war. And for a trap war, I slightly prefer Ontas' position. Because he will be the defender, he will reach slightly faster to him. And the main power of Basket's army is mobility. If you're locking down both of your armies into a trap war, that harms the player with the most mobility. He cannot take a flat-out engagement against those skirms. The castle, though, if you disregard the aspect of forcing a trap war, is great because of conquering stone and... Oh, traction traps! True. Where are attraction traps, Steve? So the castle buys time. I completely forgot about that, Ribosaur. And welcome to the stream. Thank you for dropping by. Hope you enjoy your time here. Yeah, the CA there. They do have the heal advantage, though. This is a great heal for Ostia to fight on. We see traps being killed right away. And traction traps on the other side. You have 2 siege workshops. You don't need castle for unit production, so you'll have double the trap production. And traction traps are worse than traps versus buildings, but they're really good at sniping the opponent's traps. They're also good at sniping those pesky skirms. Unique techs, okay. Oh, they have the tech where soldiers produce food. Nice raids here from Montas. He does have a better eco for now. And nice raids here. They are so symmetrical, these two players. Going for raids at the exact same time. But now we have the traction traps on the field. Oh, and the traps. I think you need to delete this archery range or something. Those traps are not having a good time with the pathing. And now the traction traps are focusing the traps. Oh, villagers are repairing the castle, but they should repair the trap. Ooh, the trap goes down for... That's a free trap. And we do see more traps being queued, and traction traps can become... They function differently, but they can become so overwhelming so quickly. We see Aleph Basket setting a little bit of his own trash, probably to defend against those raids. Ontas is the first one to reach 200 pop mark, but he's under way more pressure here. Ooh. Don't repair the castle, repair the traps! Oof, another one. That's 2 traps down. And trap battles are a game of numbers, and 3 traps go down. 3 for 1. And we see fights here on this side at the same time. Villagers go down. Here we see the CA raiding the economy. Okay, more traps aren't cute. The thing about traps is that they're also very expensive in this being a very intense and resource-heavy game. We see a castle that can get denied or delayed. Nice job passing on the villagers with the CA. And the castle will get delayed. That's more for the villagers. Ontas is losing his castle. He's under a lot of pressure, but his population lead, 190 to 140, starts to be quite concerning for Aleph Baskets. Once the player reaches 200 pop, they can start attacking in more easily. They can start going full military production. Oh, there's another castle here that's going to be denied. Aleph Baskets is a little bit too late for every single castle he's adding. This castle was late. This castle was a bit late, and the CA are everywhere. That's great unit control out of Ontas, out of Suela Ostia. And these traps are trapping down this castle. He's doing a great job at repairing, at keeping the castle alive. After that castle goes down, they won't have a lot of good targets. This castle is still not up. No castle on the south side, that's where the army is. And we do see that these are heavy CA now. How strong are they against the traction traps? The answer is very strong. Those traps should all go down. This is a costly investment, but traction traps are also so expensive. You are losing CA. But nice micro, dancing away from the units, taking down some builds along the way. And the trap numbers, the thing about traps is that 6 traps or 8 are extremely scary. He did reduce the trap count down to 3. We see us now cavalry on the way for the Georgians. That gives the mounted units take less 20% pop space. So he's at 200 pop, but he can go further beyond. I Love Basket still has more map control, still controlling the center and the res. Oh, we see 2 traps now, trapping down. If I Love Baskets loses this castle, I don't think he's going to have anything playing in his favor. And the elite CA, the heavy CA now, are quite good against the skirms. They're not the best unit, but since they're heavy and fully upgraded, they can trade. These 1 towers. Ooh, upgrading 0 towers, but the potential is there for some tower play. And there's so many CA everywhere. He is losing a lot of them, though. This castle, if villagers during all of these battles had the presence of mind to finish that castle, while all of that was happening, the traps here did fail. And is that a trade? Oh, it's a meal card. I was like, is that a trade card? Chemistry on the way for baskets, but he's down to 17 military. And this castle is being repaired. Now he's the one spending a lot of resources on repairs, and more traps get queued. Light Kev. The gold starts to be more and more sparse in the map. There's still 11k gold, but Ontas has... Where's his gold? This is... I think this is most of his gold access. Those 3 tiles there that are about to run out. A lot of the gold is here in the center of the map. 2 traction traps now on the field. Will they be happy with their engagements? And we see Tiger Cav being added. Tiger Cav is good versus ranged units. I'm not sure if Tiger Cav is good against 43 heavy CA. But we'll see how they perform. Once again, the C8, and Baskets calls the GG. Soila Ostia takes game number 1. GG, and Baskets was here in an aggressive position for a lot of the game. But I feel like Soila Ostia with more efficient raids, really taking advantage of some exposed villagers. GG. Holding this castle was also key. A lot of players underestimate how important X or Y is, or overestimate. Here, this castle was vital. This was a very important position, and Soila Ostia did commit a lot of villagers into repairing this, which was the right call. The Georgians also giving the work rate bonus, and we do see those 10k res collected ahead. That tells the story of how this match turned out. Very even, very mirrory. For a while they kept doing the same thing over and over again. I do wonder, Isle of Baskets was also very unlucky with the castles. I do wonder if this castle was also back, and then second and third castle goes here. So if the mirror didn't get disrupted and they kept playing the same style, maybe it would have been better for Isle of Baskets, because they were in a status quo, completely even, and Isle of Baskets was the one who threatened the status quo And that can have one of two outcomes. It can give you the unexpected lead, or because you are the aggressor, you lose the advantage. I think they were super even. And I Love Baskets was in the aggressor position, so since they were so even, Ontas gaining the defender advantage was enough to give him the lead. But that's just my analysis. Very well played. There's also, of course, army control that comes into play. I think I Love Baskets played really well in getting ballistics earlier, but he couldn't find enough damage. And GG. And I think Ontas, of course, we see Georgians, we think Manaspa and everything. I think going for the heavy CA supported by Skirms was definitely the right call. Let's go back into captain's mode. Let me give Soil Host. Yeah, why does everyone keep changing names? The first win of today. But this is just map number 1. And sometimes it can be the decider. In some cases, we can see now Biscuits picks his home map and wins, then Soilostia picks home map and wins, then Biscuits picks home map and wins. Everyone wins their home map, and the first map was the decider. We'll see how things go. If I'm Biscuits, I would go for Coast Arena. So much effort trying to destroy Ostad's castle for it to remain. Yes! I think that's kind of what I want to express with the investment of being the aggressor, and Ontas also respecting the opponent's pressure and knowing how important it was to commit to keeping that castle alive. Now, I would go for Coast Arena. And in terms of Civs, let me just update here. That was Civ 1 for both player and away. Lost against the Georgians. I would go Coast Arena. Portuguese? Malians? And I think Malians for Stranded. Coast Arena Portuguese versus... Bengalis. That's my call. I don't want to overthink it, I want to see more matches. Let's see if I can get inside the brain of high-low players. Okay, I got the map wrong, so everything is out of the wazoo. Oh, I think Armenians will be for Stranded. And map number 2, Biscuits, I had the map wrong, did pick Stranded. And I got correct that Malians were for Stranded. I didn't think about Ontas, but Ontas' side, but it is one of the good thieves for this map as well. Everything is loaded up. It makes sense. It is the Huns versus the Malians. Of course, the Huns will get their horsey, and with the horsey they can get all of the buffaloes here. The Malians, ooh, not starting with a dock. Ontas not starting with a dock, and this is Basket's home map. And sometimes higher elo players have there's a duality where, oh, he's Huns. Yeah, he cannot afford the dock. Yeah, I always forget that. Yeah. I like how we were all buffering. All like me and Arves. And I'm now remembering, I've seen a lot of people say that Huns are horrible in Stranded. Yeah, it's all coming back to me. I was having a brain fart. It's all coming back to me. A lot of people say that Huns are horrible in Stranded because of this. Because not having the dock. Because you start with a fishing ship. And this fishing ship cannot give you anything for now. And I am in that faction. I think the horse doesn't make up for the lack of fishing. And hello, Dock Artist. Welcome, welcome. Yes, this is the map where if you add a dock early on, you start with a fishing ship. For that reason alone, I don't think the Huns are a good pick for this map. I think it's like, of course, the Chinese are the best. I played one practice game as Huns and lost at low elo. I mean, low elo is what defines the meta, so... Yeah, Huns get all the land food, true. But I'm not sure if that's worthy. Like, the delayed dock... Lons? What's Lons? What did I say? Is that a copy paste? I don't know. Lons. What's Lons? What did I say? Is that a copy paste or did I say Lons? Okay, okay, it has an emote, so it is a... Oh! It's from Hello Friends, okay. Lons. I love that. But yeah, here the Malians, they are one of the best civs in the game. I mean, nowadays that's... I feel like 5 years ago, that would be a normal statement. Nowadays, and I've discussed that with Addictive Me, there are so many strong civs that I feel like saying Malians are like super strong just means that Malians are quote-unquote normal. I feel like there's no longer strong civs in Age of Empires. The only strong civ is the Mongols. There's only weak civs left. There's Mongols, there's weak civs, and what we call strong civs are now the normal ones. And the Malians, they have extra wood. Not extra wood, but they spend less wood, which is kind of extra wood. They have extra gold. They have the Champ Skulls as an option. I'm just excited for the May patch. I hope Champions are just viable again. Yeah, what I like about the May patch is that I've discussed this already on stream, is that they seem to be doing smaller adjustments. I'm so tired of, I call it yo-yo balancing, which is like, woo, 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 like OP, nerf, OP, nerf, OP, nerf, instead of going like, it's too strong, let's reduce it a little bit. Oh yeah, the Burgundian Eco. That's the one that I also was a bit... But we do see the Malians already 21 pop, and yeah, the Huns have a lot of buffaloes. That's a lot of future eco, but the Malians are kicking off to a great start, and they already have 6 fishing ships versus 4. I think it makes for a smoother progression curve. But of course, one thing that I need to take into account, both me and people watching, is when you take neutral things, it's not only what you are gaining, it is what you are denying. I Love Baskets now has lost access to all of those water buffaloes. Except these 2. Yeah, Incas, after years of domination, they did turn... Bon après-midi, Nando. Oh, salut, Ven. Bonjour, bonjour. Ça va bien? Welcome to the stream. Nice. Going to house is Loomless Villager. I would get Loom just to not be humiliated during the cast. When my veal goes down. And, like, this is... what some people call nerds, like spreading out the fishing ship to maximize economy so they don't bump into each other. That is something that you should do. And also so that the near fish don't all run out at the same time. We do see Loom on the way into Feudal, and look at the rest. That's another thing we need to talk about. The age of fast castles. Because water maps have been... a lot of water/hybrid maps have been broken by the water patch. I feel like water itself is kind of decent, but the fact that docks are so defensive, it's so hard to punish a fast castle in a map like this, especially since the TC is guarding both the gold and the wood. Yeah, before the water patch, finding Nine fishing ships in Dark Age was unheard of. Exactly. And I'm not a fan of naked fast castles. I would be the kind of player who would try to deny these and fail, but they are both playing the map as it should be played in the current meta. I think you should go to Castle Age. Oh, the Sword to Feudal, I think it was just missing mining camp. And also, one thing that a lot of players forget is to balance their wood for a fast castle. He should have no more fishing ships, exactly, because he will need to drop down the blacksmith and the market. I mean, doesn't need to be a market. Barracks are on the way. Could be a stable or an archery range. We do see archery range as well, and blacksmith. And I'm expecting Malian crossbows. And once those two buildings are up... Yeah, I think Ontas's fast castle was delayed by lacking one building like the mining camp in Feudal Age. But at the end of the day, it's just going to be a small number of seconds and they're both going for archery. These two they are the same person. Like, first game they did the exact same thing. Second game, there were some asymmetries, but it's once again blacksmith and archery range on both sides. On the other side, I bet. Oh, he can't click. Oh, that's funny. He cannot click double pickaxe. He needs to build a lumber camp to click it. I bet that the lumber camp more than efficiency. As soon as the lumber camp is up, we're going to see double pickaxe on the way. Yep. The wonders of Nomad starts. Renewing the dock is also a good call. And if you check player vision, of course. Oh, I think... Oh, he did lose... That's why these animals weren't scouted. Caster blind. He did run his scout into the TC and Basket did react. So the one of the great advantages of the Huns was lost there. You see second archery range? Second archery range, of course. I don't need to check both sides of the map. I just need to watch one of their bases. And I know that the opponent is doing the same. I've casted a lot of players playing similarly. If all games, I was about to say all 5 games, I don't know if it's 5, 4, or 3. If all games are this symmetrical... they are luminous villagers! Everyone ask what is loons. No one ask what is hell free. SMH my head. And Loom is in. Only one villager was down, but the crossbows are already here. Nice call, keeping the archer's garrison while you get the upgrades. Ooh, no fletching for the Huns. What? Yeah, was that a misclick? Padded archer armor first? Or lack of gold? It was a lack of gold. Padded archer armor costs no gold. It is just food. Oh, so this is clearly out of Basket's home map. Ontas is doing some tiny mistakes, but those tiny mistakes are significant at this elo. Already 3 villagers down. We see a siege workshop to help target the TC. And those crossbows can even find some fishing ships. No university yet. But another villager should go down here. Nice. And great movement out of Baskets. Ooh. Okay, 2 for 1. Archers is a game of numbers. Tries to snipe another villager but can't. And we do see... Ooh, that's greedy. That's a very... Oh, wait. Will the TC go down? Okay, it was cancelled. If that TC went down 2 arrows... Baskets spreading the archers everywhere, just being an absolute nuisance. Gathering docks as well, and could even start thinking about raiding a water zone. This was a symmetrical Dark and Feudal Age, but I Love Baskets was sharper, and that's enough at this elo in this map in specific. His eco is safe behind this. Now he's also taking down the town center. It's one blow after the other. That's the thing, a lot of players at lower elos and everything apply a little bit of pressure and then they stop. This is just a follow-up. This is a standard follow-up of having a siege workshop and things like that. And this just makes it so that your opponent has no breathing room. He has no time to transition, and in this map, you want to be the aggressor because of these heals. Especially in Mango versus Mango wars, being uphill means that often you can take down your opponent's Mango while your own is safe. And look at those water buffaloes. Yes, you grabbed a lot of water buffaloes, but they're just there decaying. Second Mango is now here, and two mangoes aren't 2 times as strong as one mango. I think, like, in my opinion, 2 mangoes are 5 times stronger than 1 mango. In terms of micro, it's way harder to do the crossbow dodge. I Love Basket's Great Wall is being very helpful there. He needs to keep an eye on this mango. And this defense, like, the timing will be nice. Arriving there to attack at the same time that the mango is here. That means that the mango did get a good first shot, but then gets flattened. The power of uphill. And the Geese called. Baskets was definitely more comfortable here. GG. It spiraled out of control so fast. And that's the thing about fast castles. One player had a cleaner execution, was slightly faster. That was enough. He had the archers forward first. The opponent was loomless. He had the mangoes out on the field first. And this is a map where the aggressor has uphill advantage. He got all of those advantages, and then all those costs are not worth it if you don't fire them. Yeah, exactly. I'm part of the camp that says Huns are underwhelming in this map. Oh, I don't think you can afford to... With how powerful water eco is, I think you cannot afford to skip the dock. And I think Ontas had a few issues like delaying fletching because of lack of gold and things like that. I don't think Strong Feudal works in this map. I want to. That's my favorite style, Dark Artist. I want Strong Feudal to work. I don't think you can do it. I think you cannot punish water enough that EC protects too much of the eco. And your opponent can get away with a castle and then push you back with siege or with whatever unit is stronger versus your pressure. I want Strong Feudal to work in this map. I honestly, in this map, it can work. But if you go for Feudal in this map, for Strong Feudal, if you try no dock Feudal in your opponent docks, you have to get even more damage than all through. I think it's like when you have a handicap, like you're placing yourself on a handicap, I think going Feudal aggression in this map is trying to play the game in ultimate difficulty. You can win, but you're already setting yourself for an uphill battle. I think the map is easier to play and stronger as a fast castle map. I think if you are going to Feudal aggression, even if it's scouts, I think you're just setting yourself to fight a really difficult battle. It is possible, but why play a difficult game when you can play an easy game? And you're like, oh, I'm aggressive, I make life harder for my opponent. True, but you make life even harder for yourself. That's my analysis of this map. But well played, and at the end of the day, they did both go to fast castle. It was an even situation. But I Love Baskets with such a clean execution. Ontas did tiny mistakes, true. But if you're playing against someone who is playing that clean, you cannot afford those tiny mistakes. And let's get a victory to the Malians. And that's also the power of home maps. That's why sometimes I do say that the first map is the decider. versus Huns. And I would say high tides. And if it's high tides, I mean, Soila Ostia is going by order of the thieves. Maybe Goths for Valley. For high tides. Goths Aztec Valley. Yeah, could be. Yeah, I was thinking. I think here it's going to be the Goths. Because I don't think Burgundians or Bengalis will excel here. I think maybe Goths versus... Oh, wait, Aztecs is on the other side. I was confused. Bengalis, Armenians... Could be Burgundians or Valley. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go for Goths on one side, on the other. Saracens? Question mark? I have no idea. Okay, Costa Rica could be the Portuguese. Oh, let me note down. We just had Stranded being played. Oh, I agree that Bengalis are for Costa Rica. I think Costa Rica will be Bengalis versus Portuguese. I agree with that. So here, Goths or Armenians. I would go Armenians. Armenians versus Saracens. Final pick. Just YOLO it. Armenians should be for... Yeah, I think this is Hittites, and I think this is Armenians. I did say Saracens, but I got that wrong, but the other part I got right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this best of 5. The set is 1-1. There's no one in the lead right now. And in the left side of the map, playing as the Lithuanians, we have I Love Baskets in the blue color. In the right side, in the yellow color, we have Ontas, aka Soila Ostia, leading the Armenians. Yeah, I think the Armenians are a good choice here. I was not expecting the Lithuanians, but it makes... Oh, of course! The Lithuanians have a great start here, because the extra food makes it so... I forgot the Lithuanian hybrid start. You have extra food, you can move toward much earlier, and your hybrid starts are stronger. Makes absolute sense. I forgot about this. Lithuanians are quite often picked in this map. I completely forgot. Now that I see it, I do remember. Yeah, the Armenian buff is not in the game yet. Do not worry, it's only on the public testing patch. Yeah, but that's the play with the Lithuanians. Your extra food means that you can have less villagers on sheep at the start. That means that you gather wood faster. That means you get your wood, your dock earlier. And I Love Baskets proved in the previous match that he has studied the maps and the builds. So that's a tight Lithuanian build that they can get, and I think I Love Baskets will very likely pull it off. The Armenians, they do have... Yeah, the galleys fire an extra arrow, which can be useful for water. Of course, they're also one of the thieves with the meal cards, with that weird economical setup, and they do have the warrior priests. They can go for some weird fortified churches. And this is usually the first movement of the game. It is grabbing that dock here. Because the Lithuanians are faster to age up, they will be first. Not to age up to the economy. They can be the first ones to drop the dock there. He sends the scout to support. And he will have an uncontested perfect dock placement. The buff will be in a week or so. I'm not sure. I do not know what the rate is from testing to public in Age of Empires 2 patches. True, and there can still be changes. I love baskets. Doesn't spot that villager. Oh, grabs the heal for the battle. It's so wonky. The freaking skull. Like, it is a staple of Age of Empires, but the freaking skull. It's like to kids. I have the high ground. No, I have the high ground. No, I'm higher. Actually, I'm higher. I love scout versus scout action in the Dark Age. Oh, the villager is not building the dock. Probably something went wrong with the shift clicking and everything. The dock is not being built. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. Oh, he's going to do the cute thing of walling in the opponent's villager. That's the problem of putting yourself into a peninsula. Like that. That's nice. And good awareness out of I love baskets to do this. That's a cute way to punish your opponent's safe villager. Like, you're not walled. You didn't wall me out. I walled you in. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. You underestimate my power. Don't do it. Ah! A transport. I mean, the investment into a transport ship is not worth it. Loom, both get Loom, and we do see the 3 villager lead. I love baskets is really playing the eco game really well with the Thieves. We saw first the way in the closed match gaining advantage with the techs. Then we saw the Malians outperforming the Huns due to what discount and things like that. And now we see the Lithuanians having a better start. So I love baskets has studied these maps. What's I love basket scout doing? I like how I don't say baskets, I say like I love baskets. It's like saying the full... It's like saying the full governmental name. It is not baskets. The full name is Sir I Love Baskets the Third. There's one thing I don't like about the mill carts is how awkward it can be to wall with them. It is possible and you can even use them as gates, but I feel like I've been playing Gitans, I've learned Bastures. I cannot be bothered to learn how to use mill carts, and I think they are going to adjust it slightly. I think that's one of the patch notes as well. Slight adjustments to mill carts so they are less janky. Now, what's the military buildings? Archery range? So, Basket sees this, he needs to add his own archery range because they play always the same thing. Getting double Bidex at the same time. Ooh, double Dock. And double Hulk. So, Baskets is investing more into water control. The mill cart mod is not good. I need to revert back to normal carts. Oh, why? Oh, another villager. You can take down a villager. First villager kill of the game. Let's go. He wasn't only walled in, he perished. And yes, we see archery range. So, we see blacksmith on one side. Where's the blacksmith on the other? And we see a Hulk being added, but that's one dock versus 2 docks. I love baskets playing this really tight. Ooh. Yeah, he's trying to lure them into the arrow range. Hulks are extremely vulnerable to arrows. Have only 1 pierce armor. But this first engagement will go to I Love Basket, and he's also forcing Ontas' economy to be idle. We see archers in a skirm, we see skirms only, and oh, those are Lithuanian skirms. So those archers will be absolutely useless. Lithuanian skirm. I'm an archer player. Lithuanian skirms are the bane of my existence. Take an Hulk is out, and that Hulk should clear baskets as Hulks. I mean, nice micro there. Trying to get good engagements versus the Hulk. We see there I think that's another bug that they're going to fix. The sails transforming into different sails. Fletching on the way. What's so special about Lit skirms? They're fast. They walk fast AF. Their movement, it makes such a difference. The skirmish, the spearman line and skirm line moves 10% faster. That's so powerful. It's one of those bonuses that's way more powerful than it looks like. Yeah, exactly. Like, they have the exact same speed actually, and now the Lithuanians can be faster. And look at them go brrr. You can melt this entire army. Or yeah, if I'm baskets, I would fight the defensive battle. Like, they're so goofy. Like, it seems like I'm fast forwarding the game. And even to micro to dodge your opponent's arrows, like blammo. 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 You can't run from them. Yeah, nice engagement there out of I Love Baskets. Winning the water and winning the land. Yet, yeah, they also in the Imperial Age they have tower shields. Plus 2 pierce armor. So they are... A lot of people talk about Dravidian skirms. I think Lithuanian skirms are the best skirms in the game. Dravidians are a close second, but I think Lithuanians have the best skirms in the game. I mean, for a while, Lithuanian Thrash Ball was a good opening. Lithuanian or Byzantine Thrash Ball. And this is a map that they can no longer afford to go naked Pascals. I like the addition of fire galleys here to melt the docks, because nowadays their role is countering buildings, and those are enough skirms with okay, there aren't enough skirms to cause damage. If they were elite skirms, they would be enough. They still just tickle villagers. Nice walling here. I love baskets going for greedier walls, but aren't completed yet. This is a nice wall. Using your TC as kind of like the gateway. Oh. Engagement there that went well for... I'm thinking about the other... Ostia. My brain keeps buffering because of the different names. Reds collected are even, after all is said and done. The problem is, I did forget to talk about map gens. Good for Ontas to identify these lightning-shaped gold, because his main gold is in the front of the base. A little bit front as well, but more towards the top. But I love baskets. Greedier walls means bigger amount of safe resources. Both of them do click up to Castle Age at roughly the same time. And we see no... I love that. Okay. I love the baskets house walls. It's such a thing that I would do. The infinite house walls. And I like how Ostia, despite being behind on water for quite a while, didn't give up, even repaired the dock a little bit and added another dock. That's a good call. Both of them trying to get the best engagement possible there. Ostia does have one more Hulk, and that's enough to win the battle. Getting better engagements there for Ostia. Oh, this is 3 docks. There's another one here. So 3 versus 2. And the thing about skirmishers is that I know we still see more wall game, more house walls. And thank you so much for the follow, Tentron. Welcome, welcome. The thing about the house walls not the house wall. The thing about Lithuanians and the skirms is that currently they have no unit that will be aggressive, good at punishing. The skirms, okay, with Bodkin and Elite Skirm, they can damage Vils a little bit, but if these were Knight Sword crossbows, they would be able to shred Biscuit's economy. Ontas, I will use the name on screen. They will shred Ontas's economy. Elite Skirm, Bolsaw. Yeah, that's a powerful army, and they can dive under the TC. Ooh, that's a desperation wall, and the thing is, the TC is not that strong versus skirms. A TC is just an archer made of stone, and skirms counter archers. That's so much navy. Is that too much navy? Because that's most of, if not all of Ontas's army. And after you win water, what can you do? And like, I Love Baskets already claimed a lot of water, a lot of fish. I think he's now happy to transition into land. I mean, he would be happier to have both. And we do see the fortified churches being added, and that's the thing that skirms are not good against, is at damaging buildings. And I like Ontas's move though, of just, okay, I was behind in water, let's clear water. It's going to give me a little bit of eco. And that way, I know that on that department, I'm winning. Ooh, Scale Mill Armor, Squires, Armenians do have great infantry line. And the infantry line does counter trash. Lithuanians like to play trash. Oh, Warrior Priests. Does Gamma Sons affect Warrior Priests? I don't think so. Armenians. Militia line and fire lancers. Oh, it doesn't. So we do see some fire priests on the way, and possibly a future tech into militia line. True, I agree. The good thing about winning water is that by winning water, you know that your opponent is also not gaining a huge lead on water, because water can be hard to grasp if you're not on water yourself. And now Ontas knows how much he invested into water. I Love Baskets doesn't know if he has 20, 50 fishing ships. He doesn't know. So winning water is also knowledge. You're dictating how big water is. And hello, Credentost. It's going great. This is the Obsidian bracket. We have Biscuits versus Soila Ostia, aka Ontas. And the great house wall of Biscuit is crumbling. Brisket doesn't... 180 pop. Forward TC out of Ontas. That's gonna be 3 TCs versus 3 TCs. And also grabbing the relics. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. You're playing against Lithuanians. How's the relic count? Are Armenians the one that start with an extra relic? Yeah, first relic is free. And Lithuanians are not making a move towards the relic yet. They added their first monks now. Oh, Obsidian is cool. It is a cool bracket. Whoever wins this will have to battle Tofu next for a chance to battle against T90 himself, our host of the tournament in the grand finals. Everyone wants to be the bane of T90. I am cheering for T90. I made a promise in this tournament. I know a lot of players are rooting for T90's downfall. I want T90 to win this. I'm a man of my word. Yeah, I think you need Siege to help deal with those skirms. That's the thing. Those skirms right now, nothing can stop them. But they also can't do much. Yeah, T90 is on the finals. He beat Neely in an amazing set. 3-2. Fervor Scene, which will help the mobility of those warrior priests. Okay, those skirms, what they are getting right now is map control for the relics, but Ontas is still the one dominating the relic race. Only one relic for the Lithuanians. Does Ontas have vision? He has of this one, not of the bottom one. So he doesn't know if it has been claimed or not. I would prefer to see the Navy. Oh, you don't want to patrol the Navy because of monks. I was about to say, oh, but just patrol the shoreline. No, don't patrol the shoreline. Monks can convert your Navy. And relics, of course. We talk about the Lithuanian bonus. Like Lithuanians grabbing relics, they give bonus attack to their knight and lati line. But the thing is, grabbing relics is always a good play. That's a good thing about the Lithuanian bonus. It is a bonus. Oh, Bengals battle here. Ooh. What a shot. The Lithuanian relic bonus, it is a bonus that quote-unquote forces you to play well. We see religious wars, monks. They do have its sanctity, the name of the upgrade, right? Atonement. So monks can convert monks and siege workshops. But during the battle, we see another warrior priest happily running away with a relic. We see more monasteries. Lithuanians have also full tech tree for the monks, right? Yep, full monastery. Armenians, full monastery as well. The thing that's scary right now for Ontas, I think he has a better setup with more relics and everything. After this castle is up though, baskets can click up to Imp. His eco is better geared towards clicking up to Imp. 2 relics offset lack of blast furnace, but still it's a bonus because it's like having it in gaslight, so even 1 relic might not be that bad. True. But the thing is, in this game in particular, there's no battle in Castle Age, so at least no night battle. Basket's army is all skirms. And Ontas didn't scout that bottom relic. Probably can scout it soon. They look so freaking intimidating. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate Lithuanians without cavalry because I played archerless Britons. So it makes sense. And we do see 8 monks, so this will be a click. Like, this is going to be a micro battle. If the, like, this is the type of battle that can snowball so fast, so quickly. I wish Ontas added a few of his own monks with atonement. So to convert the enemy monks, I feel like you need them. I don't think this army will be happy fighting against those monks. Especially not giving your opponent a lot of defender advantage. I feel like this army right now is at a great risk. We see crossbow on the way. I like that. Add a few crossbows to snipe the monks. These get spotted. Not yet. Just instinctive reaction. The vision! That's no Dawn Watch, right? Yep, no Dawn Watch. Oh, the converted warrior priests are there. Here they are attacking, and those monks are about to have great conversion. Let's see how this goes. This can be a break it or break it moment. No, as long as there isn't a converted Feitoria. Good call. Even if you don't see your opponent's reaction, you can assume your opponent is going for a reaction. I like the backing away there. Out of Ontas. Bracer on the way, chemistry on the way, 2 traps on the way. That's the thing. These are all fortified churches, no castle out of Ontas. He does have Arb on the way, arson, chemistry, bracer, kept ram. Oh, and the Arbs are here. They will be good at sniping those monks. That's a weird matchup. Skirm crossbow versus monk. Skirm. Oh, 1 conversion is in, 2. The crossbows need to target the monks. Ooh, lack of ballistics is harming quite a bit here. Goes for chemistry before ballistics. I think ballistics is more important. Finish the monks. That's a lot of monks who just went down. That was not a great battle, but a good battle for Altas. Taking down the monk numbers was very important. And he still has full water control. Not that important. Baskets, though, did a better job at moving. With one more TC. And he is the one with the traps. I do like Ontas's play of researching capped RAM. I think instead of getting your own forts up and engaging in trap battles, you're way later to the trap stage of the game. Just go for rams, go for something different. Those skirms are so powerful. Oh. Yeah, a mango's there. We see second castle. Those ARBs... Armenians do have good ARBs, but they won't be happy against the death ball of skirms. And now Tower Shields is on the way. The skirms will be indestructible. These are the best skirms in the game. Do Rams force a switch from ranged? The trap will go down to the Rams. I mean, they... Ooh, nice micro there. Ooh, just says that 1 HP in a dream. And we see ladies, elite ladies. Imp Skirm is better. Yeah, the skirms are so powerful here. They can still shred the capped ram. Like, they take no damage. Almost one-shotting the mango, true. Okay, the army comp, like the numbers and everything, are better for Ontas though. We do see another relic. He needs to reclaim those. Another monastery. He needs to reclaim those relics once again. That bottom relic, it's still unclaimed. But there is a castle from Ontas securing those juicy bottom res. Like, I Love Baskets has control of the center of the map. Ontas has a lot of strategic places. Like, the bottom is under control. The water is under control. The Rams aren't strong enough to take down this by themselves, but they are forcing a lot of skirms to go down. And yeah, you like fortified churches won't have a good time versus the... And now the elite ladies are in. They have all upgrades. They will melt to the arbs though. They are quite squishy. Have amazing damage though and ignore all armor. I keep thinking this is a castle. It isn't a castle, which really helps the ladies not die to castle fire. Does I Love Baskets have enough? Like, this is a repeat from game 1. The thing is, in game 1, Baskets couldn't damage the center position out of Ontas. This time, Baskets is forcing Ontas to keep taking steps back. Ontas lost the army mess and Biscuits is victorious. What does Fair Tier do? Oh, pre-seal faster in infantry plus HP. GG. I do wonder. Yeah, I do wonder because this is an HP bonus. If maybe more infantry play, but I mean those skirms are so fast. I was thinking if taking into, because he did get Gambasons, and I don't think this affects the warrior priests. So maybe some champions would be better versus the elite skirms here. But good call out of Baskets to commit so hard. Also, going crossbows, like I would prefer full siege, like 4 or 5 mangoes. Crossbows versus Lithuanian elite skirms is rough. So I Love Baskets does conquer game number 2. I feel like Ontas, he was playing against a strong Sieve, true, but did have chances. First tier champion with Arb in behind would have been really good. Yeah. I think that champions were a bigger priority than Arbs or get some siege. I don't think. I think the skirms were scarier than they seemed. Like, you took down the monks and everything, but the skirm death ball is so powerful. And then, of course, the late high transition, but the late transition was only possible because of how much eco and like these castles here all controlling the center of the map. GG, well played. A good and also good call out. I feel like if I Love Baskets starts chasing after his losses, if he goes on water, it would have been bad. So I think giving up on water was a good call. We have to remember also that some of Even was forced to delete his navy. Some of Ontas's units were on water, and also I Love Baskets did have a more efficient boom with more TCs earlier on, which reflected to he was still behind in res collected. But more efficiency. I think Lithuanians are... I think a lot of players over-focus on the relics and things like that. I feel like if you ignore the cavalry thing, Lithuanians are still incredibly strong. Lithuanian Thresh. I feel like a lot of players underestimate the power of Lith Thresh. Let me update the draft here. And in terms of maps, we did have a victory going to Soila Ostia. No, to I Love Baskets, sorry. I Love Baskets just won High Tide. Also known as Canastas. In terms of sieves, we had the Lithuanians. Don't give points to the wrong guy. True, I didn't do it. I just said it verbally. If I don't press the button, it doesn't count. Now, Soila Ostia has two choices. Because if Soila Ostia wants to win, if Ontas wants to win, he knows that both maps will be played. So, here I wouldn't dislike going for Costa Arena first, because it's like, you need to play both maps either way. Either win on Costa Arena or go home faster. Yeah, it's a best of 5 now. This is the quarterfinals or round of 6 in this specific bracket. Round of 6, quarterfinals, and grand finals are all best of 5. So I think I would pick Costa Arena. And my picks for Costa Arena, Portuguese versus Bengalis, are still open. I would go for Costa Arena, Portuguese versus Bengalis. If we go for Valley, maybe Aztecs versus Goths. Burgundian. No, Aztecs versus Burgundians. Valley has been very boomy lately. What if we go Saracens instead? Galley play. Ooh. Could be a possibility. But I guessed Portuguese versus Bengalis early on, and I will keep my guess. And it is Costa Arena. And it is Portuguese versus Bengalis. And welcome to match number 4 of this best of 5 series. This is the Obsidian bracket, the highest bracket of T90 Titans League Community Edition. On the left side of the map, in Costa Arena, we have Ontas leading the Bengalis. And on the right side, we have I Love Baskets commanding the Portuguese. Hola. Hola. Let's go, let's go. Let's see what they have in store for us. This is a map. This is one of the maps of all time. I've seen Persian douches in this map. I've seen transport raids being cancelled, like being destroyed by hulks. Those both phenomenons happened in the same match. So Will we see transport? Will we see castle drops? And these two civs in particular, Bengalis versus Portuguese, are both good in all types of shenanigans. They're both in standard water, they're both in eco, they're both good in late gameplay, they're both good in dropping a castle in the opponent's face. Do Bengalis have monks with redemption? They have great monks with redemption. And hello, let's roger that. Yes, I am an AoE2 VTuber. Wow. We have had famous VTubers playing AoE2, but none of them dedicated a lot of their time to the game. I know there's one or two other VTubers who play AoE2, but I am one of the AoE2 casters who chooses to be a VTuber. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your stay here. I am covering T90 Titans League, the community edition. These players so far have been giving us a very even set. Hello, Hidden Cup. That would be amazing. And this map, of course, you do have your boars, you do have your oysters. Every time I see this map, I say it, I will say it once again. I really like the addition of oysters into the game. And even more, we don't see it in this map, the addition of whales. Of getting water gold. It's an option that it's a change to the game that just adds options to map makers. And that's always good in my book. It's adding options, not forcing them down people's throats. And I'm expecting fast castle versus fast castle. I have seen like tower drop into, but it could be a transport ship into archers. And if you do have transport ship into archers, I was against oysters, whales at first, but seeing how it's been used, it's actually quite cool. I agree. And that's also like we as fans of a game, as both casters and players and everything, that's just the most healthy attitude to have. It's like, oh, I hate this and I will forever hate this and never change my mind because that is my opinion and I haven't... Like, a lot of people are very proud for never changing their minds. I feel like it's way more mature to be like, oh, I thought this would be horrible and it's actually kind of good. Or the opposite, I thought this was going to be a good change and I actually hate it. Hopefully the first happens more than the second. Yeah, like, for example, the dogs. I am guilty of that. I rarely like change, but only initially. Afterwards, I'm usually fine. No worries, no worries. One that I think is way more controversial is the garrisoning docks. I like that. For me, it's kind of the opposite. I like that in a void. After seeing how it performs, I really dislike it. Because it made a lot of maps of... I think in the rank ladder it's not that bad, but for tournaments in specific, it made a lot of maps more boring. The garrisoning docks. Yeah, I will keep disliking the garrison of fishing ships. Yeah. I like the hulks. I also like the hulks. I like the water rework in general. Just not the garrisoning. In my opinion, that I said it once and I will say it again. It would have been better to just allow garrisoning, but the dogs don't fire arrow. I feel like just garrisoning by itself is extremely powerful. And I think just garrisoning by itself may be an overkill. You add arrows on top of that and it's like, are you crazy? We see here some scout on scout action. Bengali scout is lower. If I love baskets doesn't pay attention, his scout will be locked in. Let's see how it goes. Oh! I mean, that's the power of Feudal Age. There's not that many things you need to look at. I mean, this is a hybrid start. You need to look at your fishing ships and everything. 2 docks already for baskets. Curiously, quite a lot of water maps in this cup, which is cool to witness and understand the new water more in depth. True, there is... And also, it's not only the fact that there's a lot of water maps here, it's that I feel like players are actively picking a lot of water maps. Because Tulu, I never see Tulu, that's a land map. Mudflow has water, but it is less watery. How many times have I seen Mudflow? 0. Zimbabwe, also more land map. How many times have I seen Zimbabwe? Once as a caster. So I think there are quite a few water maps and hybrid maps, true. But I also think they are overrepresented because at least the sets that I have been casting, everyone has been going for water. Even the admin pick, if he can pick, if he didn't pick, if he has 3 maps, 2 are land, 1 is water, the admin will pick the water one. Nano didn't cast enough of my sets. True, I only casted 1 of your sets. I only cast 1 of them. I was a little bit all over the place, but I do like the Obsidian bracket. I need to learn how these players play. I want to become the #1 in Portugal, because the current elo, #1 in Portugal, is 1800 elo. I don't see Mr. Greed in the leaderboard anymore. Maybe he's inactive, I don't know. But if I can reach that, I can say I'm the #1 elo player in Portugal. Let's go! Baskets. Going for a very tight build. That's the thing we've been seeing with Baskets. Ontas does click first, but Baskets has so much economic units. He will be later to age up, but he will be in such a powerful position because of the 2 fishing ships, 2 docks producing fishing ships. And here fishing ships don't only give you food, you can also set them to gold. See double BDX. And none of them has moved to stone yet. That's something important to track in this map. And if there's not a lot of aggression, that's better for Baskets, because he went for the later castle age timing, he went for the more economic center recapitch. Look at already almost 1k res collected ahead. So if there's no aggression, Baskets is gonna be very happy with that. Ooh, outer dock here. Mian and hello Hugburger. Me and Eric Hackback did a full random map and random thieves in Iron Loser bracket. 0 casting. No! Is there even enough for 14 fishing ships? Yeah, the fish is already vanishing. And hello Hagen. I haven't been casting Loser bracket yet because these weeks I've been crazy busy. And I want to cast the winner bracket. Also, I really things of behind the scenes. The losers bracket has been renamed to lower bracket. I really dislike that. I don't know why people take offense with the name losers bracket. I really love that name. I wouldn't mind being on the losers bracket. I think it's funny. I don't know why players are like, oh, let's not call it losers bracket. Let's call it lower bracket. I prefer losers. Embrace your loserness. Do not fear the title of being a loser. Let them know who they are. No, it's more like... because the ones who complain are the ones getting called that. Embrace the loser. Become king of the losers. You don't have your thought. All hail, king of the losers. Let's do this. You call it the lower bracket and the people who can lose. Here can play the losers bracket 1 level deeper. I have to admit, being outmonked by Muisca Spanish was a shock. So, Bengalis, we see the monk play, and Bengalis do have extra armor on their monk. If you watch the Red Bull Wololo, you saw some disgusting play of Hera with Bengali monks, but the Portuguese are dropping a castle, and in this map, your gold always spawns close to the wall. It's not a, oh, he was unlucky. That always happens in this map. Gold and stone are close to the wall. Isle of Basket scouted that, and he is dropping a castle, denying that gold. Of course, there is extra gold in the oysters. That's why they're important. But this is a Portuguese castle. Yes, monks will counter the organ guns. but it is easier to play this as the Portuguese. Wow, the converted villager gets a vill kill. It is easier to be the organ aggressor than to be the defender with monks, and also you're denying gold. Gold is needed for monks. I Love Baskets has constantly been the most aggressive player in terms of castle placements and things like that. Win it or lose it, he lost a game because of being aggressive, and he won games because of being more aggressive. Nice micro out of Ontas there. And you do see organ guns are getting on the field, but Redemption and Sanctity are on the way. That is the 2 techs you need. And we see some villagers sneaking here, and the monks are there. That's a good call. What you want to protect is your villagers. And monks are a unit that scales up with Hilo. The better the players are, the stronger the monks are. The thing though, that look at that head. Portuguese monks saying sim do look very intimidating with that wide brimmed hat. These monks are more of the bold standard monk style. We see here the deaths of the hulks throwing those harpoons at each other. Oh, nice micro. Yes, I met those guys at the bathroom. The Mediterranean monks. I was at the bathroom and I looked to them, I said, and they're right next to me. I met those guys at Red Bull Low. P1 has this game in the basket. Hello, T90. Welcome, welcome. I have no idea how this is going, but Ontas is going for the monk defense. They looked really cool. I met them as well. True, true, true. I should have found them to take a picture. I mean, I met them in the bathroom. It's not the most appropriate place to ask for a picture. Is that real T90 or fake T90? It's T90 official. It's the official one, our base. You're the one who has to know. And we do see monk on monk action. Portuguese, I think they have the full monk tech tree. Okay, they're only like illumination. Won't come into play here. They can get atonement. That's what matters here. He has the check mark. I like how our base goes for the banter and Zardo's like, I'm a proper admin. I can call like... I notice the details that matter. And we do see I Love Baskets is going for a fast imp on 1 TC with all of that fishing eco. And... oh, the monks with atonement. I have to troll here while writing a handbook. That was such a good play, to not invest into organ guns and just go for your own monks. Oh, and this is... oh, this is disgusting. It's the chain reaction. Monk converts monk. Now monk... oh, no! He deletes them. It's a disaster. And now all the villagers are here. What a disaster. And I do think... oh, even building a wall. I mean, Ontas can just delete the walls. No! Ah, what an end! What an end to a series! I Love Baskets is indeed victorious. And whoever wins this, remember, either I Love Baskets now moves forward, reaches the semifinals, and we are going to have I Love Baskets versus Tofu. Whoever wins that will face T90 official, our lovely host, in the final. Tofu is tricky, the highest elo player in the entire tournament, but I've heard it from some people saying that he's kind of an Arabia-focused player. He has the highest elo, but he's very much an Arabia Andy. So he can struggle a bit on these maps. And I think Biscuits versus Tofu is going to be a really cool set. Has like T90 versus Neely was also a really cool set. And they both want to reach the final. Did Bananji to win the World's Community event last week? Biscuit? Did I say biscuits? Baskets. Baskets, biscuits. Biscuits, baskets. Kind of like the same word. And I like how I just associated that T90 showed up because he wanted to scout his opponent, but you were too late, T90. The set is already over. Maybe you could do it in the semifinals. Baskets did do his research though. It felt like Baskets was playing the maps down to a T. He was picking the... Seems no! T90 wants to make fun of Baskets. And Portuguese won versus the Bengalis. Okay, this set was not the longest. Last time I wanted to only cover 2 sets. Me and Zartas got quote-unquote locked into casting a 4-hour-long set. I'm going to risk it and go for a second set tonight. I don't have 4 hours to cover a second set, but I mean, I want to play more. I want to watch more matches. I'm in the hype for it. Let me go, and we're going... We can't go up in terms of elo. We're already at the highest. We're going to go lower, but just a little bit. Let me reset the scoreboard. I had another set prepared. We're going to the Chromium bracket. And this is Randy Pen versus Blowcape. Oh, Reverse Acropolis. I almost never saw Reverse Acropolis. African River Bypass. Ooh. We haven't seen much of Reverse Acropolis, have we? No, we haven't. In my streams, Reverse Acropolis, Mudflow, Tulu, and Zimbabwe are the maps that are never picked. Seychelles, I thought wasn't going to be played a lot. Seychelles keeps getting played, Northern Crossing keeps getting played. And Hagburger, thank you so much for the follow. Let me do my job as a caster and announce. Now, moving on to the... and another follow. Who was it? Wait, I was minimized. Ragumi, thank you very much for the follow. I'm writing my announcement. Moving to the Chromium bracket. And this is... Randy Pan versus Blow. There's 2 Blowcapes. Okay, I think it's this one. I'm betting the old... If someone has 2 accounts in TTLC, I'm betting the previous account got hacked and then they spam things or something like that. It's always like that. Oh, you can't redeem the... Me saying stuff per winged go getting drop off and go. It's a Welsh town. The lovely Welsh town of Stamford Winged go getting drop off and go. That's the duality of being an AoE2 caster. Some casters can't pronounce Feitoria or Vasco da Gama or things like that, while others learn how to say names like Stamford Winged go getting drop off and go. Okay. Is everything updated here? Yes, it is. I've announced the set. Let me now update capture age. Weird colors. Green versus purple. How is green versus purple for colorblind people? I think it's not the worst. Now, I say that and someone is going to say, actually, green versus purple is literally my type of color blindness. It is the worst one. And you are a horrible caster that does not respect the wishes of the viewers. How dare you unfollow and subscribe. Okay, Blowcape has 1800 elo. Oh, I still need to update the stream title. Do not worry, chat. We are getting there. Stream title. I need a team. I need an Rbase to say, Rbase, update my stream information for me. Chromium. This is 180 elo. Not 180, 1800 elo. And this is Low Cape versus Randy Pan. Done. I'm not even a... You wanna be a mod? I have the power to do that. Okay, let me do that. Okay, you are now a mod Arbase. I will poke you with a stick. And you work. That's how mods work, right? Okay, enough messing around. I have a deal. No, you can write the handbooks. I like writing, but not that type of writing. Let's go over the draft here. Mongols made it through. Did Chinese made it? What? I mean, true, this isn't... we don't have Stranded? Mongols made it through, Chinese made it through, Malay, Korea... What did they ban? Persians, Vietnamese, Turks, Bohemians, Burgundians, and Japanese on one side? On the other, Tupi, Mapuche, Muisca. I love so many players do first 3 bans, Tupi, Mapuche, Muisca. Wushu, okay, Blow Cape hates the DLCs. All, like, the 6 most recent thieves of the game were all banned. Tupi, Mapuche, Muisca, Wushu, Junjuns, and Swivel Hips. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. I'm TheNando, strategist VTuber who is covering T90 Titans League Community Edition. Blow Cape is a Nilly Smurf. Absolutely, let's go. Hope you had a good time over there on your stream. What were you doing? Persians, Vietnamese? Okay. Yeah, Blow Cape is 2 DLCs behind. That's why the Mongols made it through. And okay. At least there's no Valley for Mongols and there's no Stranded for Chinese. And some pretty cool games. Let's go. Nice. Mongol, Malay, Koreans, Khitans, Georgians, let me get out of the way, and Aztecs. Against Portuguese, Vikings, Dravidians, Wei, Mayan, Chinese. These are scary drafts, and we start on Reverse Acropolis. I would maybe go Khitans or Georgians on Reverse Acropolis. Maybe Georgians. Because of the... of raiding with scouts and everything, and then... adding the fortified churches for defense. Why are Chinese so strong in Stranded? Oh, because you can build a dock, and you start with a fishing ship, and that means you can have a 0 idle TC time start with Chinese, and that just means that you are 3 villagers ahead. I want a map where the Britons are broken. T90 and Hera picked the Britons. They agree with me that the Britons are the best civ in the game, but they both won, so they kept their hidden card. I've seen both T90 and Hera picking Britons. They agree with me, they know that they're the best civ in the game. We're lacking Celts here. Yeah, I think this is going to be... I don't think you open up with Mongols. Khitans versus... Wei. That is my prediction. No, Georgians versus Wei. Okay, I was half correct. Let me open Capturage and start the match. Hello everyone, and welcome back to T90 Titans League Community Edition. And this is the Chromium bracket, the 3rd strongest bracket in the entire competition. And we have 2 fierce players here playing in the quarterfinals for a chance at progressing in the tournament in this best of 5 series. Here in the purple color, sitting at 1808 elo, leading the Mayans into battle, we have Blow Cape. And this is Reverse Acropolis. They are both sitting in the valley. And if you pan over to the other valley, in the green color, we have Randy Pan, who is leading the Georgians to war, sitting at a whopping 1859 elo. These players have proved their valor in the group stages. They have advanced into the knockouts, and now they are Their blood is pumping. They both want to reach the semifinals, and being the champion of any bracket is praiseworthy. I won my bracket in my first ever T90 community tournament. Yes, brag. It is a glory that you carry through the ages, and these players want a chance at that glory. But the higher the bracket, the better it feels. Let me tell you that. And in the Chromium bracket, I mean, you do gain some valuable bragging rights. Georgians versus Maya. Interesting matchup. The Maya do have some bonus economy. They start with what is successfully an extra villager. And these maps have a lot of extra food that makes these villagers easier with to do 0 idle TC time starts. I was just fumbling my words. Aztec Thieves, American Thieves, Eagle Warrior Thieves have been quite powerful in a few of these games. I feel like all-in Eagle play is currently quite powerful. I've seen them dominating on Stranded. As long as there's enough gold in the map, you start with these 2 tiles of gold, it is enough to feed your early push. I feel like Eagle play is quite strong. Of course, Mayans also excel at Archer play. So we have these 2 options. We are playing against the Georgians. I'm expecting Archer opening to deal with the Scouts, and then transitioning into more Eagles, especially in the Castle Age. Some of the maps allow you to go for a naked Castle Age. I don't think this is one of them. You gain so much advantage from the attacker. You're attacking your opponent downhill, and it's so hard to wall. I think we're about to see some Feudal Age action here, and that's my kind of jam. Feudal Age, best age. Just give me long feudals with people gaining double beat-axe, horse collar, wheelbarrow still in feudal, both players with 40 villagers still in feudal. That's the kind of match that I like. And this is the calm before the storm. There is a decorative pond here in the center with some hunt around it. The hamster map. Of course, Randy Penn as the Georgians, I think late game they will excel in the mobility, and also I think the Mayans want to deal damage in the Feudal Age because of you do not want to let those churches start going up. They are so annoying. I've had the Georgians DLC for forever and I still haven't done a rush with their unique unit. Evening, Lori. Welcome. Welcome on in. And what are these villagers going for? Is this a disciple of the Jolloping Chris? What is the... Is this a barracks into... It is a forward barracks. Let's go! Nice. We had the previous set was a thing of beauty. We had 2 fierce players going for very clean, precise builds. Now we have this Jaloping Randy. 1 villager more efficient than Chris. True. Let's go, and I want to see how this plays. I said I wanted a messy Feudal Age. We are in for a messy Feudal Age. Okay. The slight delay there. And the villagers are going for let's go. Oh, if you see the barracks going down. You see the barracks being placed. This map adds for forwarding, I agree. And I haven't seen enough of this map to know what the meta is. I think this is my second or first time seeing this map. Randy has been inspired by Chris. I don't know if that's a good thing. I wonder if they practice together or something. Oh, the palisade. That palisade is still down. It hasn't been hammered yet. That's still a ghost palisade. He's walling the barracks in. And now, oh, dropping a tower and a counter tower. This is 4 versus 3 villagers. That palisade, okay, is it in existence now? And the tower will go up and it can be garrisoned with more villagers. Things are looking rough for Randy Pen's aggression. Man at Arms is in. The tower does go up. Oh, the scout, the eagle was abandoned there. I'm so confused. You're not the only one. Do not worry, our base. Crashing the palisade. And behind this, your base is all neat and tidy. No double pickaxe clicked. That's how you know it is a disciple of Chris indeed. Eco upgrades. Why buy eco upgrades? They cost eco. Eco is for military, not for eco. That is the school of Chris. I mean, good job out of Blowcape to wall early on. And this tower, the influence of this tower will be minimal. Nullified. I think even as an aggressive move, I think that was kind of a desperation. It's like, Barrack is going up, what do I have to do? Tower. I don't think that was... He wanted to drop a tower, but I don't think that was the best place for a tower. Archers are in, but so are skirms. True, that is true. Just forcing a tower is good value. The thing is, you force your opponent to tower the gold and wood. The berry unit are vulnerable, true, but I think... I mean, a tower here, but that also has a similar problem. That you force your opponent to tower good places. And what's the follow-up here? We are being annoying, we are causing inefficiency, and remember that inefficiency is damage. KD is flashy, but not all damage has to be KD. And yeah, the villagers are being annoyed. They're like, let us harvest the berries in peace. Stop throwing those javelins at us. Ooh. Nice engagement there, isolating those two villagers. Taking down the archers. Ooh, this is great for Ready Pen. The attack is paying off. The attack has paid off big time. Taking down 2 eco units, soon to be 3. Yep. If you do one of these aggressions, you take down 3 villagers, you're already happy. Every Chris said, oh, he's going aggressive. Oh, opponent stopped it. Okay, there's no man at arms here to stop the... To stop that eagle. He needs to add at least 1. No, he goes with the villagers. Oh, that's a lead. Okay, opponent dead. Don't call us out like that. We casters aren't following a script, I swear, I swear. We are very creative with how we cover our matches. Horse collar now for Blowcape as well. He needs to sneak in those things. Those small leads, like having a better eco. Randy Pen, idle TC time is harming him a little bit. Build count is even because of that. And using villagers as part of his core army now to fight the eagles. Another man at arms is added. And behind this, Ready Pen's economy is all open. So if those archers, he needs to chase, maybe not with all units, but he has to chase because he's already some home reinforcements. He has no home production. I tried to hard not to laugh yesterday when I yeeted 6 man at arms into Chris Woodland and just him micro forward and man at arms never look at him. Exactly. A lot of aggressive players forget that they can also be attacked. Wheels are made of steel. They have loom. Okay, but at least Randy Pan is microing on the defense, sending all of those villagers to fight. I do not have the villagers boxing mod. Skirms will take great engagement. The thing is, often, like, sieves matter. Of course, you do not know that you are playing versus the Maya. But these, like, a lot of Seeds would have advantages here with this build. The Georgians aren't gaining much. The Georgian bonuses, I mean, they are taking less damage from the higher elevation. True. That is the main thing that is happening here. They have the reverse Tatar bonus. Units and buildings receive minus 15 defense. Okay, that's the Georgian. Okay, I go to Capoeira. Peace, y'all. Oh, have fun in Capoeira. Nice, nice, nice. Divert. Still no double beat. Yeah, a true Chris. A true jawloping. Rest collected. I think the Mayans are in a better position now. Especially look at how the economy is well balanced for a healthy castle age timing. I mean, healthy castle age timing in the context of this match. Like 20 minutes isn't usually. But yeah, Blockade will click up soon. And Rennie Pen's economy is a mess. How many farms? Okay, decent farm number though. 15 farms. Archers are there, but he's walled. This castle age time will hurt. And if those archers get upgraded into crossbows, then you add some eagles to deal with the skirms. Is it that's overchopped? No, it isn't. There's two little stubs there. If I'm walking in real life and I see this, I'm like, oh, I can walk through here. Nope. These three bars your way. Ooh, nice damage here, and there was an overchop on this side. The men-at-arms can focus those houses, the skirms are being annoying. The problem is, skirms take ages to kill villagers. They just tickle them. Those javelins, they look so mean. They look like such a powerful weapon. Nope, just tickling them villagers. Well, the archer arrows, they do hurt. Look at this eco, look at this mess. Look at this. Anyone wants a thumbnail? Get your thumbnail right here. Yeah, the scary thing is 2 minutes delay. Previous game we had 30 seconds delay. I think 30 seconds is in the quote-unquote meaningless range. 2 minutes is extremely meaningful. And especially if you have 4 archers walking around your base. How did they get in? Is that there? I think there's a gap there. Oh, this isn't game 1? What's this? Oh, this is game 1! I don't know if I said anything. I was casting another set. This is game 1. And hello, Zumu. Hello. I'm having a wonderful day. Covering some intense action. Maybe I misspoke. But this is game 1. Oh, I was talking about the other set. Yeah. Sorry. Lori, you're absolutely correct. My vocabulary was misleading. Yeah, and skirms counter archers. Elite skirms counter crossbows. Regular skirms don't have a great time versus the crossbows. Blockade has a commanding military lead, was the first to castle. And Renipan's map is a mess right now. He has an archery range here, a barracks there. Like, producing and managing your units now is way messier. He will have access to knights soon. And knights are great in small numbers. You need to clear 4 crossbows, just send a knight there. Ooh. I don't think you need the siege here. Maybe later? But I think, yeah, add a knight ASAP. The siege will be needed soon. And it will fight uphill. And Redipen now, the problem is his eco. He can't afford anything. He needs gold. And his only gold... Both golds are in the same side. Oh, that was unlucky. Blockape has gold on either side of the base. Renipan has both golds on the same side. Oh, the lack of upgrades harms those knights. Lurking while I was working on seeing 3D modeling. Oh, that's nice. Let's go. Your projects are always cool. Yeah, the 90's gold is such a massive damage. We have 2 siege workshops, which are incredibly expensive to produce out of. I have a defensive scorpion, but the pathing, like, this is a mess. Such a messy base, such a massive layout. No access to gold there. The villagers are... Once again, we have 2 thumbnail moments. If a player gives us 2 thumbnail moments, it usually isn't a good sign. And now the villagers are crumbling. Blowcape did withstand the early pressure, and now he's punishing Renipan for his aggression. This is how you take down villagers. The crossbows go down, but I think it's absolutely worth it. You have such a healthy economy behind this. If your opponent is under pressure, you can afford to take damage just to make sure that your opponent is under constant pressure. This is a game about snowballing. If you do not allow your opponent's economy to snowball, he'll always be struggling to produce villagers while getting eco upgrades, while producing army. And that's 16 villagers down. Oh. Even microing. Wow. Well, all of this is happening. He just parked the crossbows and switched his priority. Oh, he did lose the... No, he even survived with 1 there. Okay. Oh. But yeah, I think this is snowballing out of control. 3 TCs versus 2 TCs. Oh. Only 1 villager goes on here. Does he micro this? No, he doesn't. Some juicy mango shots. And what's the next move? I see 7 villagers on stone. Maybe a forward castle. What's my unique unit? The plumed archers. Yes. Haven't played Maya in such a long time. And they like the mule cart and everything. This eco would always be messy, but if you're having a messy game, mule carts make navigating through your economy even worse. How many times have we seen these villagers bumping into each other? Plume archers are indeed, as they say in online culture, badasses. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I read the mule cart fix. I hate using mule carts, so I'm happy about that. I hope they become easier to manage. And a castle here, out of Blowcape, he identified these 2 golds as a vulnerable position. I think a castle here would seal the game. Add outposts to these golds. Players always underestimate the importance of outposting. Outpost around your opponent's base and add a castle here, and there's nothing your opponent can do. I mean, there's... Oh, and GG's called. Okay. I was about to continue into another narrative. Probably saw the score. Saw the writing on the wall. I think it was... like, sometimes you're... I've had that as a player. You're in the heat of the moment. And the heat of the moment can last for 20 minutes or 10 minutes. You're so intense, microing back and forth. And then you realize... Oh, I'm so far behind. That sums up my practice matches versus our base. I'm like, I resign and I'm like, oh, I think I'm losing now. And our base is like, you're actually losing like 5 hours ago. And I'm like, I was focusing on mango micro. I didn't notice that I was like 60 villagers behind. I was microing those mangoes. And I think this is what happened. There wasn't any flashy moment, but the game slowed down and Randy Pine was just like, I'm so far behind, let's GG and go next. I've been in the position where I have so little eco that I can produce anything, it's painful. Yeah, and then the game ends and I see the opponent has DCs all over the map. Exactly. I mean, he did have vision of the TCs, at least one of them, and he could see the farms there. So could assume there was a second TC there in that position. But GG, and game number 1 does go to Blowcape. Let's update the overlay here. Where's my mouse? Mouse? Oh, it's there. Maps number 1. Reverse Acropolis goes to Blowcape. And in terms of civs, we have the Mayans. Wait. The Mayans weren't drafted. Arbase! Arbase, are you there? Oh, there! Oh, I was... The freaking curse! I had that with Addictive Me the other day. The players are on one order in catch rage, and they're in another order in the draft. I was looking at Randy's draft. Everything is okay. Because I have catch rage on the other monitor, and Blowcape is on the left side. I had the same issue with Addictive Me. We were talking about that. I usually double check. Wah, wah, wah. Go back to, you can go back to the rulebook, Arbase. False alert, false alert. Go write your rulebooks. Okay. We are now moving probably to one of Randy's home maps. I think it's going to be High Tides because most players often go for the first map first. If it is High Tides, I'm expecting... Okay, so many good civs. I think Koreans would be for Costa Arena. Oh, but Bypass could be for Malay. I was thinking Malay here. Maybe he saw T90 playing Malay on Bypass. I don't know how... Yeah, this match was recent. So maybe Malay are for Bypass. Mongols could be for African River, though. Koreans for High Tides? Question mark? Versus... Dravidians? I'm not going to overthink it. I'm going to say High Tides Koreans versus Dravidians. The secret is, if you think too much, like, players don't think, you have to be like a player. No. I don't want to get any enemies. Okay, it is High Tides at least, but I got both civs wrong. And I like Ready Pen Speaks here. Because you are behind, you have the Mongols, go for them. Try not to get down to 2-0. Mongols are great on any single map. You can play Mongols everywhere. Go for the broken Mongols. Yeah, Vikings for High Tides. You are correct, Rob C. And Renipan goes for the Mongols. So Mongols versus Vikings. Mongols, of course, have the great cavalry, great mobility, scout with more vision. Vikings will win water. That is, like, unquestionable. And the thing is, in some maps, Vikings win water and snowball that. In High Tides, the snowball effect of winning water is quite limited. We saw in the previous set that I cast, the player who won water lost the set. So, even though Vikings are dominant on water, that won't be enough to win the set. They have other bonuses though. Free Wheelbarrow by itself is a great eco bonus. It saves the rest of researching Wheelbarrow. The TC time that is required to research Wheelbarrow, it goes in earlier as soon as you reach Feudal Age, so Wheelbarrow stays up for longer. It is a great bonus by itself, and of course, the bonus doesn't stop there. It then progresses into free handcart. They have a good infantry opening, and if you're fighting versus the Mongols, you can use the infantry to pressure and to force those scouts to take bad engagements. Mongols can also go for some fast castle CA plays, or fast castle step lancers, depending on how the opening goes. And Blowcape is the first one to move to wood. I mean, no, it isn't. And of course, with the Mongols, you want to grab that hunt ASAP to make the most out of your faster gathering hunt bonus. Okay, one change that I really like, I know that some veterans will be against me. The TCs being able to shoot down elephants, I really like that change. I feel like watching a villager die to an elephant is one of the greatest joys one can have as a caster. I always love it when that happens. When a TC shoots down an elephant and the player loses it, I always felt bad. I feel great when a player loses a villager, even though it's something bad. When a player lost a board to a TC, I felt like, oh, no, not like this, no, and now that no longer happens. So I did like that change, talking about recent changes to Age of Empires. Both villagers are here forward. There is a scout here. Villager is already loomed. But the scout will still harass that villager. And the scout should win this at the cost of a lot of HP. Just prefers to delay, be annoying. I would even bring the village. I would bring my own villager forward and fight that. I wouldn't wall myself. FC feels like a mistake on this map because of the fish, but I could be wrong there. But fish makes FC better. That's how it works. And especially now that you can't pressure water. And you're playing versus Viking. Yeah, just that. What I would do, add 3 fishing ships and don't do anything else on water the entire game. Add 3 fishing ships to help fuel your fast castle. That's a lot of Fs. Fuel your fast castle with fishing ships. And don't think about water for the rest of the game. That's what I would do. Just give water to the Vikings. They are water nerds. They want their water. Just get that boost, go fast castle, and then go either CA or Step Lancer. I think that's the play for Randy Penn. If I'm Blowcape, I honestly don't know how I would play this. Maybe feel the larger pressure. It is hard because if you go for feel the larger pressure, I feel like you'll be too late. And I like that Mongols, these are militia to pressure for 2 reasons. One, to scout, and 2, to keep your opponent home. I think these militia will be the guards to guarantee that you have a fast castle. It's going to be 3 militia into fast castle. As the Vikings, the thing is, if you try to match fast castle, you're just behind. But I think matching fast castle will be your only possibility here. I was like, what's that? Boom. Oh, just the palisade wall getting deleted there. Okay, first fiddle for Mongols. And I could be completely wrong, and we see a stable. And then a lot of scouts being produced. Ooh, archery range. For the CA. I like doing calls as a caster, because even if I'm completely wrong, at least I try to, because I'm looking at Randy Penn and I'm thinking, okay, maybe this will be a long feudal and he's adding a lot of archers and he's adding a Hulk. Oh, that's a lot of value. This is exactly how you want to kick off your man-at-arms pressure. And I think Blowcape wasn't expecting this at all. He didn't scout the production. No, he did scout the archery range now, but I think that was late. He only had his own barracks now. I think he was... The read that I was giving of Randy Pan ignoring water, going fast castle, I think... I think Blowcape had the same read as I did. And Randy Pan played it differently. We see fire versus all. Cool. The fishing ships aren't garrisoned. So Randy Pan will lose water completely. Probably microing these units, looking at them. You see some scout on scout action there. Some more hulks being added. And the archery range does add a few archers. So we do not see any fast castle from either side. They are both going to fight it out in Feudal Age. No double beat-axe for Randy Pan. Randy Pan, I don't know what school of Age of Empires he went to, but he clearly hates double beat-axe. He's a student of the fellow arts of the jaw-lopping. Blowcape with this much navy and with the fire ships to melt the docks should completely win water. The archers there are trickling away at the villagers. Many times do get a scout. More archers are on the way. Oh, they are just watching. They are in stand ground stance. Not run under the TC. Fletching is in for Randy Pan, on the way for Blowcape. Yeah, that dock should crumble. So full water control for Blowcape. Adding a tower there. That seems a little bit too late. The archers are here now. I'm gonna take down one villager. Because of lack of micro, the men-at-arms take a great engagement there. Ooh, lack of micro once again. Like, it's amazing. The thing I like about casting like a 2000 elo player and a player at this elo is that these players are also incredible. They play better than I do. But in the previous game, it felt like they were casting the game. You would never see units walk... Like, the previous matchup was spectacular. Here you see a few more mistakes, like using units to DCs. These players are human. I had my theory once, and people laughed like a nervous laughter, like maybe he's onto something. I think any player who is above 2000 elo is actually like 4 or 5 people playing on the same computer. That's my theory. I don't think it's humanly possible to play like Hera, to play like the Viper, to play like Yo. I mean, Doubt. Yes, I can play like Doubt. That's an exception. But other than that, I feel like high elo players are not humans. And when I'm talking about high elo, this is a community tournament. So it is like what we see here isn't even the highest of them all. The Mongols do have a great standing army. Now, Blowcape's army, we see 10 military units. They're all on water. I mean, not all, but 6 of them are on water. The towers do nullify a lot of archer pressure. There's no villagers there to garrison the TC. Walking under the TC right now is safer than walking under the tower. Oh, nice wall there. Forcing the archers to take a worse pass. But the archers are here, right next to the villagers, right where they want to be. Nice quick walls there. Really good reaction. Mitigating the damage that is suffered. And at the end of all of this, 12 to 12 KD. They are so even. They're not humans, maybe they're reptiles. True, true. Oh, I see that my chat on YouTube isn't updating. Let me fix that real quick. You can let me set the camera following these archers. Okay. In the name of hyper true. These archers are just being a pest everywhere. But once again, a little bit of miss micro. They are following that villager, walking under the skirms. More pressure. Right now, we see 3-2, and this is very misleading because you have the worker efficiency here, and a lot of Blowcape's villagers aren't working. Resclick are still even though, and he moves on to stone. I was like, oh, he wants Mangonite. No, Blowcape is the Vikings. Probably, I would say this stone is for towers. He needs safety from those archers. I think that stone is just for some towers to help defend the gold. Maybe a tower here to help defend the berries. But once again, Blowcape ahead in eco because he has full water control. Will that be enough? Because he's way behind in land military. And a little bit of rally point issue there. He cannot afford to throw away units. If these are infantry, scouts or anything, they don't scale that much in numbers. Ranged battles are a game of numbers. They are also a game of micro. But they are a game of numbers. Another tower gets added. Randy Penn is on the way to Castle Age. Yeah, you gotta keep those archers alive. You're on the way to Castle Age. Archers are good. True, 13 archers is respectable. 13 crossbowmen is a threat. It's like, get up to Castle Age, keep them alive. Drop a siege workshop on this lovely hill that's waiting your siege workshop. Gets double beat-axe and horse collar now. Ooh, a lot of... This is the type of moment when I got coached, sometimes people told me one mistake that people can do is try too much. This is the type of moment you're waiting for a power spike. Just keeping even your military at home just to stay alive would have been better. It's so important to keep the units alive before the upgrades. You're about to become twice, 3 times as strong. You do not want to throw away units right now. We see a forward stable. Probably for some knights. Oh, there's still that hole there. Blowcape does have a commanding eco because of the water. Randy Pant is zur Ritterzeit vorangeschritten. I do not speak German, sorry. And we do see that siege workshop here in the front. And Blowcape, that's oh no, my opponent is already up. I need to click Castle Age myself. So he used the market. Quick. I think he wasn't expecting Castle Age to arrive this early. With the amount of pressure he was under, he probably thought the opponent was further away. Oh, parking under the tower. Only one villager goes down because of the lack of ballistics. But I don't think ballistics is the play here. I think the siege is way more important right now. Tries to go back into water, but that's just giving your opponent a target. Some step lancers. And now the... Yeah, these are feudal age units. Skirms do not counter crossbow that efficiently. These were elite skirms, they would be very happy. Just regular skirms are not that happy there. And the mango is now in, targeting the houses. Blowcape under a lot of pressure. He does have the eco unit count lead, but is that enough to keep him in a competing position in this game? Randy Penn now adds a second DC. He's going to add everlasting economy on the water, on land. I like these houses here. Nice seaside property. Yeah, the TC is now under fire. Castle Age will still go up. Destroying that TC before Castle Age was up would be absolute GG. And we see defensive siege workshop. That hill there is great for the attacker. We're probably going to get the Dance of the Mangoes. If you're up hill, you're very happy with the Dance of the Mangoes. And you are the Mongols. You do not mind that the game goes late. And you have the Step Lancers already on the field to snipe Mangoes as well. Mongols, like some thieves are like, oh, you had your power spike, now you're useless. Mongols, at any moment you can add your Mango die, they will benefit from your archer upgrades. You can add a castle, 30C goes down, goes up. This should be Randy Pen's game, but anything can happen. Nice reaction there. Grabbing the uphill, doesn't get a free Mango. Nice reaction, using the Step Lancers to take down the Mango. Nicely played by Randy Pen. Lost game number 1, but is now... Oh, those are a bit low, but they are still fine. Another Mango on the way. Will the Mango have the money shot? The TC fires on some crossbows. Ooh, 1 free Mango. And now backs away. The TC will take down the Step Lancers. Well played by Blowcape there. And yes, Blowcap has no gold access. Another free Mango. No! That's so bad for Randy Pen. That Blowcape has breathing room now. But he is now falling behind in eco. At the university for those crossbow accuracy. And now can reclaim the gold. Blowcape, by taking down those 2 Mangoes, massively improves his position. He needed time. He bought some time. Idle TC time is quite low. However, Randy Pen, his attack bought him also time and space for a boom. Wow, the water. Fish? How much fish is there in the water? 3,000 food. After that 3,000 food, then we need fish trapping, which is going to be less efficient because it carries its own costs compared to fishing those shorefish. There's still fish here though. I like how Randy Pen is playing the map to like he has map control. If you have map control, grab those advantages. I would like to see him grab the relics as well. That's the only thing he's missing. For the late game, like even for now, that trickle of gold would help fund your army. Only thing missing from Randy Pen's execution right now. Ballistics bowsaw. That's 15 crossbows on one side, 10 in the other, but crossbows weed. Ballistics do melt villagers way easier. Micring becomes way more simple when you have ballistics on your side. And they are here. No reaction yet. Okay, we see a reaction. Oh, I think that's too late. I think they can't build a tower fast enough. Will the tower go up? I don't... If the... Okay, the crossbows don't spot it. So it will go up. Oh, no garrison. Some villagers went down for free. Okay, he doesn't park under the tower. He knows that your opponent can force good engagements. Nice range of towers there. And there are 2... Mangoes are back on the menu, boys. The crossbows do perform well against the Step Lancers if they're microed, but these are 9 Step Lancers. You need to be careful, though, because Step Lancers are very squishy. Can Vikings do it? Mongol so strong. And hello, Joseph Vol. I mean, here I think... I mean, grabbing that kill is huge, but still all the crossbows should be clear. That's a good trade for the Mongols. I greatly favor the Mongols here. Oh, that TC is important though. That gold access will really help the Vikings. Oh, yeah, snipe that Mango. Ooh, nice shot. Not the best, but a decent one. That TC there can be important. That's the thing a lot of players forget. Yes, water is important because of all of that eco. Water also grabs you control of this island. So the Viking player is starting to get I think Randypan is giving Blowcape enough space to come back into the game, but you can also phrase that the other way around. I think Blowcape is doing enough with the damage and everything that he's not allowing Randypan to finish the game. And he's even, like, Blowcape is ahead in pop. He has 90 eco. He's now, the fish boom supports the villager booms. He is searching for these villagers in the bottom. Doesn't find them though. Oh, those step blasters under the castle. They find a few kills. But that's all of... Those will all go down. Yeah, tower play has become... I forgot the hotkey to eliminate the range indicators, because they become quite messy in a game like this. But tower play has been quite common throughout TTLC, throughout all brackets. And not a lot of aggressive towers. We even see guard tower getting played. We've been seeing a lot of defensive towers. Ooh, juicy shot there. Loses the aggression army. Yeah, guard tower. Mongol guard tower. Let's go. The Vikings are on the way to Imp, though. Yeah, Vikings, like, Arbs are scary. Arbs will melt the mangoes. The guard towers, though, will make raiding with Arbs hard. That's the nice coverage of... The good thing about these range indicators is that you can see how well covered everything is. And the thing is that you need to constantly babysit those archers. Bring Exfil back and save mats for Arbs. Exactly. Ooh, that's gonna be a game-winning or a game-losing castle. Yeah, don't commit to that castle. Your opponent has all of these crossbows. And you don't know it, but your opponent is on the way to Imp. Ooh, oh, nice. Micro. Once again, nice micro. And I think now you can go back to that position. Now that you've pushed them back. But I mean, this is also okay. And he doesn't know that, but the opponent is about to reach Imp, which makes this castle a much smaller threat. But that castle also brings Mongols into the next stage. They can soon click Imp, and they can start getting some Mango Dye on the table. Crossbowman or Arb isn't the best matchup versus Mango Dye, though. I mean, you can just go Mango Dye and add a bunch of fresh hussars as a mid shield, or even drill mangoes. Drill mangoes would be a play here. Yeah, I agree. Don't go Mango Dye. I would like to see drill. I would like to see drill siege. Drill mangoes are fun, exactly. How much does drill cost? It is expensive, but it's not ridiculous. It's not like torsion engines or something like that. But we see bracer, chemistry, arb, conscription. That's a recipe for success. And this castle, if this castle goes up, it will buy you a lot of time. If it gets denied, it's gonna be a pain. But the arbs are making their way around the castle, so its effects will be mitigated. See conscription on the way, probably some traps in the future. But Randypan with 2 castles producing will be in a better position for trap wars. And remember that a lot of Blowcape's economy... Okay, he did do a good job with fish foaming. I was about to say it's useless fishing ships, not with those fishing traps. The arbs are here, but there's guard towers, and now they will have ballistics. There's garrison TCs. That's a good preemptive defense. Castles are melting the arbs. And oh, another tower that will probably go up right in the nick of time. Yeah, those like buildings counter arbs massively. And but traps do counter buildings, but oh, Randypan is to the Imperial side Forangish something. And ooh, they run under another tower. Like, all of these ARBs have achieved nothing. They have 6 kills. Now 7. All of these ARBs achieved nothing. There's too much towers. And now the whole battle line is this front. And as Randypan, you're happy. The whole battle line is under 2 of your castles. He didn't have any traps though. His eco, has way too many on food. Elite Step... Ooh, I don't like Elite Step Lancer here. Your Step Lancers cannot go on the offensive. I think getting either Mango Knife for the siege or perhaps what's more important. Yeah, the towers were a great play. It's why Randypan didn't take any damage. I think Blowcap underestimated how strong his position was. He tried so hard to force damage, but simply keeping a master for around 50 yards and pushing with traps, I think he can win the game. Yeah, these traps right now are the biggest threat. And the thing is, Randypan getting Onager now. Onager will melt everything here. But he's a bit late. Like, the resources he invested into Elite Step Lancer could have been put into Drill. Drill Seal Onager, melt the traps, melt the ARBs, melt everything. I think these Step Lancers don't have a role in the game right now. I think they became obsolete. You research Elite to try to keep them relevant. I'm not a fan of that play. Because Step Lancers are horrible versus ARBs. And those ARBs should always be... It's Boxvega in? No, it isn't. If that is an expensive tech, but if it is in, then the Step Lancers should melt even harder. None of the players grabbed a single relic in this game. Relic Appreciator songs are in shambles. And we see aggressive towers. Oh, that's nice. But I mean, with 3 traps there, you want to snipe those traps so badly. Get Drill, Mongols! I want to see Drill! Oh, nice target. Nice target. And here, the Elite Step Lancer upgrade does come into play because they're going to melt those villagers in seconds. Look at that devastation. Okay, after 50 minutes of match, yeah, type a 1 if you think Randypan is going to win. Type a 2 if you think Blowcape is going to win this one. 1 vote for Randypan. 1 vote for Randypan, 1 vote for Blowcape. So you're all as divided as I am, because I have no idea. 1, I believe. Let's go. Kratos always defending the Mongols. Nice targets here with the raids, finding a bit of that water eco. Blowcape though, 75 standing army. Getting chieftains? Huh? Chieftains? I mean, generate units. I mean, chieftains here is a peculiar choice. I think Box Vegar makes more sense. Maybe he miss. I mean, okay. Oh, he does have pikemen. Okay, okay. Chieftains for the pikemen to deal with the Step Lancers. Okay, 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 okay. Randy could be overbooming. That's 170 bills. Yeah, it makes pikes versus better versus cav. Exactly. I didn't see the pikes. I don't think he needs spikes, to be honest, because the cav he's fighting against should be melted by the ARBs. Denying that castle is huge there. I mean, Randypan should tank this because Randypan needs to lose villagers. He still has 9 villagers in queue. You do not want to have 159 eco. That's how your opponent starts an unstoppable death ball. And we see those drillless onagers. Look at how inferior they are. They are so slow. I do think if they had drill right now and chemistry, the chemistry isn't in, right? Yeah, drill and chemistry, and even Siege Engineers. Yeah, get full Onager tech. I think that's the play. And then you can add some Ferraris with some siege rams. Oh, nice splits there. The castle does go up. It's going to melt those ships. Towers are trying to go up, but I mean, there's a trap there still. Rest collected. Our Blowcape is still ahead in rest collected after all of this, and he does have access to all of this gold. Randy Penn, though, does have access to all of these resources in the south, which are arguably even more important. They're a nice balance of gold and stone. The Mongols only have a single castle. You see Blast Furnace on the way. Blowcape has a little bit of everything in terms of upgrades. Just needs one cavalry upgrade or two to have every single upgrade at his disposal in terms of the capture age overlay. We see chemistry now on the way. Yeah, relic control. I think Randy could have sealed the game if he grabbed the relics early on. He could have so much gold by now. I think gold at this point, if he grabbed the relics as soon as he had map control, could be like 6k, 7k, 8k even gold at this point. And I think you have Raz, click drill, Randy. You have 180 villagers, Randy, what is this? I thought you hated economy. Oh, nice shot. Like, it's so hard to play versus... Do you know what I think happens? No one plays Mongols because Mongols are always banned. So he hasn't seen Mongols in like 12 years. And he doesn't remember that really is a thing. It's like, oh, Mongols, I haven't seen them in the last 15 years because they're always banned. And he got the Mongols and he forgot that really existed. 180 villagers, 20 onagers. Exactly. Like how... Who plays with a... Randy Penn? Randy Penn, why do you play with 180 villagers? That's not a healthy amount of villagers. And also great perseverance out of Blowcape. I think a lot of players would have resigned earlier on, and we see Champion and Guard Tower out of Blowcape. So it isn't... A lot of players wanted to see Berserk. It isn't Berserk, it is Champion. Viking Champion are in. They can be produced by the barracks. They're easier to spam. I think they are stronger versus buildings, but I'm not sure. Oh, Randy Penn, I think, just deleted. Forgetting drills, that's like one of the greatest reasons to beat Mongols. Not fearing Barbarian can, because Mongol can just Tokyo drift to safety. Exactly. And even some Ferraris, some siege rams to tank arbs, and then the... Like... Oh. Just Onager and siege ram could take this entire army. Just Onager and siege ram with drill. Yeah, the threat's fine. Tuk. This is like the Red Bull Wololo wave, but okay. We see the engagement here and like fighting uphill, this army is too small. Everything crumbles. Yeah, this was like the wave that we did around the Royal Albert Hall. Like the 5 laps of waves. Whoa. Randy Penn. I think Randy Penn should have won this game. I think Randy Penn did play this game better, but Blowcape endured. And Randy Penn did a few very serious mistakes, like forgetting drill. Do you have drill now? No! And he had, like, sometimes it could be like, okay, there were no res. He had a res for drill. And does he have siege engines? No siege engines as well. It makes this honored shot so much easier to land. Siege engineers and drill. Yeah, I think Blockade played a better imp, I agree. I think Step Monster are not the unit to go for against ARPs. And, okay, we saw... This makes sense. We saw in the previous game Randy Pan going for a Jolloping build. He's a super aggressive player. He's probably like me. He loves those Feudal Age battles. Probably Blocape is prefers to play these long games. And this is Blocape's comfort zone now. The fact that Randy Pan tried so hard to seal the game in Feudal Age, in all games, I think Blocape's win condition is enduring to the late game because he's a stronger late game player. And he must be so happy to see those drillless onagers. And Randy Pan is just losing more and more territory, more and more builds. His eco is getting low. Blocape with the amazing bank now. Even conquering the last bastion of Randy Pan's safety, the Southern Res. And I was not expecting this to go to a 2-0. But this is moving on to a 2-0, it seems. Blocape supporters rejoice. GG's called. Damn. This is 2-0. But yeah, Randy Pan did play this really well. I think it was just a few mistakes. GG and hello, Cow Farmer. Welcome, welcome. GG, well played. And let's move on to the next map. We have 2-0 for Blocape. And we had High Tides. True, we have seen reverse sweeps. And they are like, the skill gap is not that hard, not that high. It's enough to have Randy to have a better start to be able to cause enough critical damage in Feudal or early Castle. And some of these games could have gone very, very different. Let me update the maps. We had High Tides going to Blocape. And probably we're going to African River. Koreans? Tower Shenanigans? I mean, Koreans could be for Costa Rica as well. Yeah, Koreans are probably for Costa Rica, Malay for Bypass. So here... Titans? Scouts? All in? Versus... Chinese? African River Kitans versus Chinese. That's my call. Let's see what we get. I made my prediction. And I was wrong on both of them. I was right on the map, wrong on everything else. Hello everyone, and welcome back to T90 Community and T90 Community League. T90 Titans League Community Edition. Let me do my proper job as a caster. I'm TheNando, a VTuber who covers a lot of strategy games. One of them is Age of Empires 2, and this is T90 Titans League, the Community Edition. This is the Chromium bracket, the third strongest bracket in the competition, where players are sitting at roughly 1800 elo. And this is African River. Look at how close this TC spawns. Their ranges are almost touching each other. If you move towards the right side of the African River, we have Randy Pan, who is leading the Aztecs into glory. And on the left side, we have Blocape, who is commanding the Dravidians. So let's see what they will do here on African Rivers. I think to ooh, I was already going to comment on stuff, but we have a lame. Will it be successful? They are dancing. They are weaving. They are waving. Ooh, this may be a disaster for Blowcape. It was the disaster for Blowcape, but he did lose, and the Eagle Scout can just garrison to recover HP. A successful heist. And as Blowcape, that's the thing. I think you should do things like this when you're Randy Pan, because it sounds bad to keep your opponent when he's down. But that's good strategy. That's what you should, like Age of Empires, we are all friendly, but we also want to win. And you should play to win the tournament, and a good strategy is beating your opponent while it's down. Like Blowcape having rough matches, just lost a very long match, and now you're like, haha, you want to play a good game? I'm going to lame you and make you feel bad right from the get-go. Boo, boo, boo. Wait, no, what am I saying? Randy Penn is the one who... Sorry. Caster is dumb. Randy Penn is the one to lame, and I think he did the right thing because he's down, so he should take risks. I'm just shifting the entire narrative because I was doing a silly. It was a long day for me today, I do apologize. I try to be more professional. Let me adjust my tie that I'm not wearing to pretend that I'm professional. Reset the caster, reset the set. Randy Penn is losing 2-0 here. He wants to stay in T90 Titans League. If he loses, he's out in the quarterfinals. So he needs to take risks. The players rotated. Yeah, they bamboozled me. So easy to bamboozle a caster. Dravidians, if you build dock, will a pile of demo ships destroy a town center or won't work? I think demo ships deal very little damage to town centers. And especially now, like the demo ships were severely nerfed. I think in this map, if you want to go for that, it's better to just park a few galleys here and be annoying with them. And hello, Crepost Malone! Welcome to the stream. And I was about to say that, considering these players' styles on previous matches... Oh, I thought Randy Penn was going to ignore the water. I honestly thought that Randy Penn was going to ignore the water to go all in Archer craziness. But no, both of them opening quite standard in this map. Now that you can garrison the docks, I think this is the correct play. It's hard to say in Age of Empires what is a good or a hard play sometimes. Often it's... The pro casters would say it depends for a reason. It is a meme answer, but it is a correct one most of the time. Now that water was reworked, I think this map no longer depends. I think you should always add a dock. Before the water rework, you could easily attack this in Dark Age, attack the fishing ships with 2 or 3 militias, and nullify a lot of that investment. Now that they can just garrison away, I think it's way too powerful. And both of them click up at roughly 20 villagers, no signs of a fast castle. Demo raft does 255 damage per raft to building with no armor. Demo ship does 315, so that's 9 to 10 demo rafts. So that's a huge investment. That costs more than a town center. The only power would be the catching your opponent off guard. Did he garrison? Where's the eagle? Because he could have garrisoned the eagle back into the TC to recover the HP. Oh, no, it's still walking around. That's one of the advantages of eagle warriors. Oh, the scout is on the way. Can snipe the eagle. Because the scout is faster. So if the eagle lost HP, the scout can win the engagement. Usually the eagle would win. Oh, that villager gets walled out. That's one of the problems with quick walling. Oh, nice. Fiddle that 251. I like how there's always a viewer who knows these things. That's the power of having viewers as a caster. I would never... I had no idea about that. They are both feudal side. Nice quick walls there. Adding an archery range to the noodles for militia. And also grabbing man-at-arms. Often we see Dravidians being the one to go for this, because they have the cheaper techs. Here we see the extra wood going for an archery range, and archers are on the way. Good job out of Blowcape to wall. 10 demos in Feudal, 8 demos in Castle Age. Nice, nice, nice. But what if there are Persians? And it's 20 demos. Fletching on the way for the Dravidians. Those archers are about to be strong. And this is what I talked about. They can pressure the dock. But before the garrison, that pressure would be a lot of immediate return. Right now, just a garrison, and yeah, you can no longer take down my fishing ships. Oh, there's an overchop! Go, go, go! There's an overchop! There's an overchop! Ready, pen! Ready, it's open! The way's... Oh, too late. And that's... Okay. This is something that I talk about in high-elo games. In high-elo games, you see a lot of quote-unquote mistakes. But it's because players punish everything. Like, that would have been punished in a high-elo game. Here, and nice reaction out of Blowcape though, to wall it, and even here, nice defense out of Blowcape, mitigating a lot of possible damage. Because a mistake is only a mistake if it gets punished. If not, it's just an inconsequential occurrence, to use fancy words. And that right there, that overchop was just an inconsequential occurrence. Another wood camp to be more safe. Renipan is the aggressor. Once again, skipping double beat-axe and horse collar. Or it's a missed opportunity to look at it the other way. Yes, yes, yes. There's always 2 points of view. And from Anakin Skywalker's point of view, the Jedi are evil. So from Obi-Wan's point of view, Anakin Skywalker is lost. Oh, we do see the man-at-arms go and they deal a little bit of damage. He now has the heal. The villagers are not helping the fight. Clears everything, 5 to 6. No villager has fallen yet. With persons, it's total 7 to 7 KD. And this... The even game right now favors Blowcape for a single individual reason. He has double beat-axe. It's the only advantage he has, that is creeping positively towards him. If you're missing out on eco upgrades, you're pressured to deal damage. And res collected are ahead for the Dravidians now. Even with the water pressure. I do believe Renipan is currently not winning this based on lack of double beat-axe alone. It's such an important eco upgrade. Horse collar you can delay it a lot. Double beat-axe is so important. No players added any more docks yet. We do see Renipan is now being forced on the defensive, while pressuring here with a few archers. And he clicks double beat-axe. Let's go! He's so back. Nice walling from Renipan while he's on the aggression. And now I think the game will stabilize a bit. And I think Renipan, this time for the first time, 17 on food, now 15, has the better eco towards Castle Age. Both of them are on 4 farms. but Renipan has a better water access. Wait, those fishing ships? What are those fishing? Maybe there was a misclick or something? Oh, he didn't scout! No! Disaster! That's so bad! He didn't scout the fish, so the fishing ship are like, ooh, where next fish? There. Not a huge disaster, but it's rough. Because you want to click that castle age ASAP, now losing some units. Blockade did a bigger investment in Feudal Age army, and those are Dravidian skirms, they fire faster. Second best skirms in the game, in my opinion. Because Lithuanians are a thing. Tries to get the walls down as fast as possible. Those houses are quite low. It's gonna be tied down fast, and he's forced to add. The thing about Koreans is that they start stronger, and they have the wood discount as well. I mean, second behind Vietnam. True, there's also the Vietnamese. Yeah, I think they are second behind. I think I would place... I mean, there's also Byzantines, which are cheaper, but I would place Lithuanians first, in my opinion, Dravidians second, Koreans third, Vietnamese fourth, and Byzantines fifth. This is so much feudal army. This is 22 archers and skirms mixed up into a clump. He's even diving the TC. How often do you see TC dives in Feudal Age? That's a lot of damage taken, but they still survive. And now they're in and the GG's called. GG. That's so much feudal army. What a huge investment into the feudal pressure. And I think this was a bit of tiredness, but also good strategy out of Blowcape. To do this big of an investment on land and commit like that. Baskets! Thank you so much for the raid! Hello, Baskets! I was casting you before and you were here. I think you were commenting your own game on your own perspective. Enjoy the rest of the stream. I'm about to finish as well! GG! We had Blowcape winning 3-0. Welcome in, Raiders, and welcome, Christella. Let's go with follower number 440. Thanks to TTLC, we just keep breaking our records here. Oh, now you have to say... No, I can't. I would love to. But I can't. I've been working on a lot of stuff. And I'm like... I think it's better to have proper rest and work with high efficiency in all of them than to fall for the temptation to overwork yourself in one task and then you're doing all of the things improperly. I'm a responsible adult. Something rare in the world of streaming. Just joking. But I do want to thank everyone for the raids today. Thank you for dropping by. I hope you had a good time. And I'm TheNando, your VTuber who covers a lot of strategy games right in the whole world, I guess. True. I mean, I do want to conquer the world. I want to win a Nobel Literature Prize and things like that. Maybe become one of the great AoE casters, who knows? Let's see, is there anyone else covering TTLC? I can't find them right away. Let me check better. Who can we raid? Let me just turn off capture age, so my life is easier. Bye-bye, GG. Bye, and thanks for dropping by, everyone. I will be back Wednesday for more coverage, and this time it will be the semifinals. On Wednesday, I will be covering the semifinals of TTLC, of some sets. You'll have to decide which ones. Okay, everything is working now. Let me search for a raid target. I was like, who do we have here? Oh, that's me. Oh, Otter is live, and Otter is cool. He's not covering TTLC, but I don't see anyone covering TTLC. Let's raid Otter. Otter is nice. He's doing... What is he doing? What is this? Free for all with your settings. Oh, God. If you like chaos, there's chaos going on there. I will raid into Otter. Hope everyone had a great time. I did. Always a great time to be casting. I was about to raid into the draft link instead of Otter. I copied the draft link. Yeah, thanks for everyone who joined. T90 Titans League is being a banger of an event, and we casters can't get enough of it because everyone has been so supportive. Your support does matter. We try to do our best as casters, but we couldn't cast if there's no viewers. I mean, we could, but it wouldn't be the same. Thank you for all of your support. See ya. Have a nice one. Have a great week ahead. I'll be back on Wednesday for more TTLC. That was it for tonight. Bye bye and have a great one. See ya.